everyone. Dave Ackerley here with Carlos Sosa. And interesting, a lot of things missing tonight from this game. One, Rick Kozuback, coach of the Tri-City Americans. He's not allowed to coach on the road, and beer here at the Seattle Center Arena.
Well, Rick Kozuback inspired his team in Tri-Cities to that 4-0 victory. He did a good job behind the bench, but he won't be behind the bench tonight because, according to the league suspension, he cannot coach in any road playoff games. So Jerry Johansson will be behind the Tri-City bench. And no beer, well, no beer. So we'll see how that goes.
Okay, standings-wise right now, Seattle has a 3-1 lead in this series. They won the first 3 games. There you see the scores, 9-2, 6-2, and 8-2, but they got shut out in Game 4.
It was a tough game. Tri-Cities came out and played an outstanding hockey game. They shot the puck well. Don Blishen was outstanding in the nets for the Tri-City Americans, stopping all the good plays that Seattle had, and their defense was super. Stu Barnes played defense that night, and what a game he had.
Stu Barnes is the key player of the game for the Tri-City Americans. If he comes up with a big game on the back line, they may come up with their first win of the year.
No goals, 4 assists, 4 points. Kind of odd statistics for Stu Barnes. He didn't have too good of a series as far as his forward opportunities were concerned, but he was outstanding on the blue line for Tri-Cities Wednesday night.
I said first win of the year here in Seattle. Now for the Thunderbirds, their key player just announced that he will be playing tonight, Peter Nedved.
Peter Nedved is an outstanding offensive cog in the Thunderbirds machine. They missed him dearly Wednesday night in 2 specific areas. One, in the power play, and secondly, on the penalty killing unit. He does both so well. And Seattle's offense, if Nedved can play with some sort of authority, even 75%, will be much help.
All right, the Thunderbirds and Tri-City Americans, Game 5 coming up. Starting lineups and play-by-play when we come back after this commercial word on the Thunderbirds Broadcasting Network. Tri-City's Danny Lorenz will go in the pipes for Seattle. Drop of the puck and we're underway. Glad you're aboard with us on both radio and TV. Steve Jakes quickly for Tri-Cities, shooting the puck in the zone. It comes out to the point. They'll hold it in. Scott Levens with a shot. That goes well wide of the mark. Holding it in now is McNutt. Flip it off the inboards. First one to it, Lorenz. He'll dish it to the corner. Checking Spenrith. Get it to Levens. Right out front, trying to find McNutt. It's knocked away from him. Glenn Goodall is being checked by Spenrith. Puck flips to the sideboard. Stu Malgunas putting a shoulder on Spenrith. He'll flip it out to the circle. Not out. Jakes with a shot save. McNutt with a shot. A sliding, stacking save by Lorenz. And here come the Thunderbirds 2-on-2. Goodall down the right wing has it. Poke checked away by Scherstink, and the whistle blew for an offside. But what a great second save by Lorenz.
2 big saves by Danny Lorenz on Steve McNutt right in front of the net. The first save, and then on the rebound, sliding down and doing the stacking maneuver to keep the puck out of the net. Danny Lorenz in the playoffs, 3 wins, 1 loss, and an outstanding 2.09 goals against average. Jerry Johansson, the assistant coach of the Tri-City Americans, he will be behind the bench. Rick Kozuback on suspension on the road. Peter Anholt from Macomb, Saskatchewan, behind the Thunderbirds bench.
Off the face-off, Birds shoot it in. It's dumped right back out to the neutral zone by Tri-Cities, and then Seattle will shoot it in one more time. From behind his own goal, Stu Barnes flipping it out. Whistle blows, and a delayed offside going to be called against Seattle. Now pushing and shoving with Kevin Malgunas and Bill Lindsay.
Nothing really coming of that. Referee tonight is Brad Davis. He will be doing the job. Victor Gervais has had a good playoff series. Native of Prince George, British Columbia. Has so far in this series 3 goals and 5 assists for a total of 8 points. Stu Barnes on defense again tonight for Tri-Cities. They won with him back there 4-0 on Wednesday. We'll see how he does here tonight on the smaller ice surface.
Back to action out of their own zone. Now Birds hold it in. Big check on Bilodeau to Jason Bowman. Zavisha picks up the puck. Flip it to the side of the goal for a shot. Kozuback makes the save. Dives on the loose puck. Penalty is coming up.
High-sticking minor to Stu Barnes as he was all over Kevin Malgunas in the slot area. So right off the get-go, Barnes will head for the sin bin, and the Thunderbirds will get their first power play opportunity of the hockey game.
Just a minute, 4 seconds into the game. It was a big check by Bilodeau on Jason Bullen that set up the play.
Then cross-checks by Barnes, and he just kept cross-checking. Then finally, Brad Davis ends up calling it a high-sticking minor, but he was all over Kevin Malgunas in the slot area. So the Thunderbirds have their first power play chance of the hockey game.
And guess who's out there? Number 17, Peter Nedved.
Taking his first shift of the night, and he may be exclusively used, at least in the early going, on power plays and maybe penalty killing, but certainly on the power play.
Goodall taking the face-off with Rennie. Flips the puck in the circle. Nedved can't get a handle on it. Rennie now sends it to the blue line and out and down the ice. And Nedved will skate back after the puck. 18:45 to go. First period action. Just the start of things here in Seattle. Peter Nedved setting up shot from behind his own goal. Bring it up on the right wing now to Gervais. Puts the brakes on. Still stick handling with the puck to the blue line. Will shoot it off an American's stick in the zone. Taken away by Sherstenka and shot down the ice. And stopped right in front of his own net by Lorenz. Dish it off behind the goal to Vince Bow. Trying to steer it away from Rennie. Can't do it. Put it in front for a shot by Nibs. And a great save by Lorenz. Short-handed. Tri-City's putting on the pressure. But here come the T-Birds. Gervais looking up the left wing. Couldn't find Stevenson. Pass is deflected away and shot down the ice by Sherstenka. And a great chance for Nibs in front.
And Lorenz coming up big again. His third big save is Tri-City putting some good pressure on the penalty-killing unit.
Here come the Birds down the left wing. Jakes puts Kosowski to the ice. Has the puck knocked away. McNutt backhands it to the neutral zone. And Seattle is yet to get a shot away here on the power play. 54 seconds to go in the man advantage. Now it's Stu Malgunas, manhandled by Lindsay, but Kosowski gets the puck, gets it to Vallis, takes a shot, scores! Lindsay Vallis, top shelf. It's 1-0, Thunderbirds.
2:18 the time of the power play goal for the Thunderbirds. Lindsay Vallis threaded the needle with a good wrist shot from just outside the top of the face-off circle. He rifled it. Blishin didn't seem to have the angle on it. And he made it in the net to make it 1-0 for Seattle. Vallis picks up the pass from Kozowski, and at the top of the circle, a snapshot. Blishin just missed it. Glove side. You got to stop those if you're going to expect to win a hockey game. He didn't on that one. It's 1-0 Thunderbirds.
17:42 remaining. First period action, and the Birds have the first marker on the board. Face-off upcoming center ice between Kosowski and McNutt. Draw won by Tri-Cities. They sent it all the way back to Blishin. From behind his own goal now is Scott Farrell. Farrell will flip it around the board. Seattle will hold this one in at the point. Simon flips it back to the corner, off the end boards now, taken by Vallis. Vallis will spin with the puck away from Farrell. Still has it in front. Kosowski scores! Peter Kosowski, and it's 2-0. Seattle.
That's another glove side goal. And a very sharp angle shot by Peter Kosowski, and the faithful here at the Seattle Center Arena are just stomping and whooping it up right now as it's 2-0 Thunderbirds. How could he be beat on the glove side again? Look for Kolzig maybe to come in shortly because he is beaten from a very sharp angle. Top shelf, a great shot by Kosowski, but still, same spot, the glove.
You got to make those saves.
You do, and right now, Donnie Blishin has not, and he's trailing along with his teammates 2-0.
And what's more is those are the first couple of shots on goal Seattle has had, and they've both gone in.
Exactly.
Back to action, 2-0. Seattle on top. Out of his own zone, Brad Loring will bring it down the right wing, shoot it in for Tri-Cities. They trail it 2-0 early on. They'll hold the puck in the zone, and now Degner has it taken away by Goodall. Down he goes, but up with the puck is Bow. 2-on-1 with Kaniski. Vince Bow back to Kaniski. Can't get the pass out of midair. At the goal line, put it off the end boards, taken away by Degner. Sent it to the corner, Kaniski there. T-Birds checking ferociously, and a centering pass through the top of the crease, but that one knocked wide by the Americans. Sent back to the T-Bird blue line. Delano has it there. Shoots it in the zone. First one to it, Tri-City player, get it to the point, not out. Kaniski holds it in, puts it right in front. Save made by Blishin. Puck is loose, covered by Don Blishin. Now Virtue and Stevenson get the sticks up a little bit, and now Kaniski.
Barnes and Goodall also, David. And now they're pushing and shoving. Barnes being held along with Steve McNutt by the linesman. It started with Kaniski originally. 2-0 Seattle on goals by Vallis. His fourth from Kozowski and Stu Malgunas at 2:18. And then 20 seconds later by Kozowski from Vallis and Simon. Blishin is there making the save. He covers up, and Barnes and Goodall get into a bit of hoo-ha after Stevenson was doing the same in front of the net. Donnie Blishin from Prince George, British Columbia as well. Everybody's from Prince George these days.
Seems that way.
Face off to the left of Blishin.
Fans, are you concerned about the security of your home? Well, you're not alone. Most of us are. Carpet Alarm can help. Call them at 1-800-228-0456. They're one of the oldest and most respected home security specialists in the Great Northwest. Carpet Alarm, proud to sponsor the Thunderbirds Broadcasting Network. Face-off coming up to the left of Don Blishin.
Doing a little patchwork as one of the sticks broken. Maybe a little fiberglass down there in that area that they're trying to clean up as those shards of fiberglass tough to see on that ice surface. Face-off coming up.
Draw between Gervais and McNutt. Sent out to the circle. Held in there by Zavisha. Winds up, shoots, and a stick save. Steered wide by Blishin. Levens sent it off the end boards, off the stick of Jakes. Gervais puts him hard in the ice, goes down himself, and here come the Americans down the right wing in the zone. Levens offside, waved off, puts it right out front. A little bit too far for McNutt. And Gervais puts a shoulder on him along with Simon. Puck is held in behind the goal. Lorenz will leave it there for Victor Gervais. Brings it up on the right wing. Nifty pass there to Kevin Malgunas. Fires his shot off the skate of Jakes. Goes to the goal line. Blishin will dish it off there for teammate Sherstenka. Bring it out now, up the wing. Get it to Spenreth. Now to Levens. Levens up the right side. McNutt onside. Back to Levens. Overskates the puck. Penalty coming up to Seattle.
It came behind the play, and it's going to be Steve Jakes going off, I believe, for Tri-Cities. And he does not like this call. So Jakes will have a seat, and the Thunderbirds will have another power play opportunity.
Let's take a timeout. 15:53 to go. First period action. It's 2-0. Seattle. They'll have the power play when we come back on the Thunderbirds Broadcasting Network. Face-off is upcoming just outside the Seattle blue line, and the T-Birds with their second power play on the night, one for their previous one. Birds controlling the draw, circling back in his own zone. T-Bird captain Glenn Goodall. Get it up to Stu Malgunas. Headman pass now Kosowski breaking down the right wing. Along the boards in front of Vallis. Now puck goes off his stick. He'll pick it up along the boards. Clear to the point to Nedved. Nedved checked by Nibs. Puck comes free in the zone. Vallis spins away from Sherstenka. Has it. Puts it right out front. It dribbles through the crease. And it comes out to Stu Malgunas. Now circling back to the point. Put it right in front and intercepted by Barnes. And here comes Stu Barnes. 1-on-2. Send it back to center ice. Vallis picks it up there. Picking up steam right in front. Backhander. Saved by Blishin. Down he goes. And a tripping penalty is coming up to Tri-Cities.
And I believe it's going to be to Barnes, but we'll have to wait and see who's going to get the nod. It might be the goaltender, although coming over to the penalty box area is Rennie. And it is going to be Steve Rennie who's going to get the tripping minor here. So a two-man advantage for the next minute and 20 seconds for the Seattle Thunderbirds, who already have a 2-0 lead in the hockey game. So a chance to blow it wide open here early at the Seattle Center Arena.
5-on-3, man advantage for the Thunderbirds for the next minute and 20 seconds. Seattle already leading 2-0 in the hockey game. Face-off coming up to the right of Don Blishin. McNutt and Gervais on the face-off, sent to the point. Goodall has it there, skates to the slot. He shoots, deflected off his skate right in front. Right side corner, goal line, Nedved. Pass to the point, Malgunas. Back to Nedved, along the boards, back to Stu, winds up, takes a shot, deflected just wide of the post. Now Goodall to Kosowski, he hit the post. It deflected off Blishin and hit the post. And McNutt will clear the puck down the ice. Kosowski put his stick in the air. He thought he had it. It deflected off the goaltender and hit that bar.
Banged it off the pipe there. Seattle with a good passing play to make that scoring opportunity almost connect.
Here come the Birds. Peter Nedved over the blue line. Has the puck spinning back to the point. Now put it across to Malgunas with a shot. Score! Stu Malgunas! And in time to give Seattle still more power play. That will erase the penalty to Jakes, but still, the Thunderbirds will have a minute 21. Man advantage left to go, and just like that, they lead it 3-0.
Thunderbirds right now just going nuts. A shot from the point taken by Stu Malgunas and cleanly beats the goaltender, Don Blishin, to make it 3-0 on the power play for Malgunas. His third goal of the playoffs. I'm sorry, his second of the playoffs. We'll wait on the assist to make it 3-0, and you gotta love that.
Goodall will take the face-off with Levens at center ice, and the Birds have taken a big lead early. They have come out on fire here at home in game number 5, already leading the series 3-1. And here they come again, one more time. Man advantage over the blue line, whistle blew offside against Seattle. 14:25 remaining. First period action, 3-0.
Glenn Goodall, the captain of the Thunderbirds, picking up an assist along with Peter Nedved on the third Seattle goal, a power play goal by Stuart Malgunas, his second of the playoffs at 5:26 to make it 3-0 Seattle. And a beleaguered Donnie Blishin. He could sue for lack of support right now because he is just getting bombed in front of the Tri-Cities net.
How about the difference having Peter Nedved in the hockey game already?
Already with the assist and really creating some havoc there as far as his passing, and that makes things happen for Seattle.
Off the face-off, Birds come up with a loose puck, center ice. Vince Bow over the blue line. Looking on the right wing for Bilodeau. It's knocked away by Barnes, but Bilodeau gets it back now to Glenn Goodall. Goodall picking up steam, fires a shot, scores! Oh, how did he find that corner? 4-0, Seattle.
Look for Johnny Blishen to get the heave-ho here, and Olaf Kolzig already putting his equipment on. That'll be it for Donnie Blishen, as he has given up 4 goals here in the first 5 minutes and 50 seconds of this hockey game. Shot taken up from the blue line, just inside by Goodall, a blistering drive, but you gotta stop those. Blishen didn't have the angle as the corner was picked, and it's 4-0 Seattle. Goodall from Thompson, Manitoba, his 4th goal of the playoffs.
Don Blishen, after having the shutout, the 4-0 win in Tri-Cities, is already down 4-0 here with 14:10 left in still the first period of play, and Olaf Kolzig comes into the game. Waiting on the drop of the puck, center ice, they're back to action. Reeves has it, flip it in the Seattle zone. Another power play goal, the 3rd for Seattle right off the bat. 3 for 3 in the hockey game. Jakes holds it in front for McNutt. Now to Reeves, he shoots it, goes wide. Puck bounces right out front. Lorenz doesn't see it. Oh, what a save! What a save by Lorenz. He never saw that till the puck was already shot, and he made a brilliant save on Reeves. Oh my goodness. Reeves had the first shot, second shot, I believe, was McNutt. Now we have a penalty call back the other way. Check that. It may be an icing call against Seattle, but oh, what a save.
Watch it here as Lorenz was looking behind him. He was looking behind the net and then turned around. He's looking behind. I don't know how he's going to get his leg on it, but he does as he gets that toe on it to kick it out. He was looking behind the net on the shot taken by Kyle Reeves, and the save made by Danny Lorenz. Wow, that's pure reflex there, nothing more.
And I think it was McNutt who he robbed on the play. Reeves getting the first shot, skating behind, and that rebound coming off the end boards right to McNutt. And an amazing save by Lorenz. 4-0 score. Seattle on top. Tri-Cities putting on some pressure now. Getting a couple of point-blank chances there, but nothing on the board yet. Off the face-off, Seattle with the puck. Clear it out to center ice, taken there by Sherstenka. He'll just flip it right back in the zone. Off the corner boards, Vince Bow has it there. Bow now lets the pass up to the blue line. Bilodeau stolen away by McNutt, and a penalty here going to be called. It's going to be a slashing call against the Americans, and it's going to be McNutt. Check that, Sherstenka going off for Tri-Cities. We'll take a timeout. 13:27 left, first period action. Power play coming up for Seattle on the Thunderbirds Broadcasting Network. As we broke away, Dan Sherstenka, as he went to the penalty box and got in through his stick in the direction of referee Brad Davis, and has incurred a misconduct and I believe another minor penalty, Carlos?
So far it's not on the board. It may just be a minor and a misconduct. Steve Jakes there to serve the minor penalty that was originally awarded against Dan Sherstenka. No, Jakes gets the 10-minute misconduct. He must have been involved in the stick throwing to get that misconduct. So Steve Jakes will have a seat for a while and cool off. 13:27 left in period 1. 4-0 Seattle bombing the Tri-City Americans. Play originated.
As the puck is shot in offside by Tri-Cities, we'll have another face-off coming up here.
Goodall, his 4th from Bilodeau and Bow at 5:50. 3 for 3 on the power play here tonight for Seattle. They're now on their 4th power play. The Tri-City bench is subdued right now as they've got to be reeling a little bit from the onslaught that they've had here in the early going.
Seattle perfect so far in the power play. The Americans have not been on the power play as of yet in the hockey game. T-Birds with the puck in their own zone. Gervais now up the right wing to Nedved. Nedved will bring it over the blue line himself. Skate along the stripe, back to Gervais. Puts it right in front for Ballas. He takes the shot. Is it under Kolzig? It is. He had to stick up a bit on that shot. And the puck is underneath Olaf Kolzig. He made the save.
Kozowski took a hit right to the side of the net. Is a little slow getting up, but he'll be all right. The play originated the blue line. Gervais with the pass. It was up in the air and it was batted down by Lindsey Vallas, and Kolzig was able to make the save. And then the big cross check on Peter Kozowski, who goes down. Olaf Kolzig born in South Africa, first-round draft pick of the Washington Capitals in the 1989 draft, and he has been an outstanding goalie. He was one of the all-star goalies for the West Division this year, although in the playoffs, 0-3 with a 7.98 goals against.
Carlos, had that gone in the goal, do you think it would have stood? The stick was up a little bit from Vallis there. Would have been close?
Would have been borderline. Would have been borderline in that situation.
Off the face-off, puck is sent down the ice now by the Tri-City Americans, and backstopping this one, Lorenz himself. We'll bring it out now to Glenn Goodall. Goodall will circle back along his own goal line, hit the brakes, steer it away from Cal Nibbs, and here comes Goodall up the right wing, cross center ice, now over the blue line with the puck still. Taken down from behind, gets the pass, though, right in front to Gervais, off his stick. He'll have to come out to neutral territory to pick it up. Skate back in his own zone, steered away from Nibbs, out to the blue line. Virtue gets it away from Nedved, shoots it to the corner, off the end board. Gervais, first one to it. Make it Stu Malgunas, now get it to Victor Gervais. Gervais skating to center ice, put it on the stick of Vallis. Skating hard, Barnes putting pressure on him. Get it to the corner boards, leave it for Goodall. Goodall trying to find Gervais with the pass, will kick it instead out to Nedved. Winds up, puts it off a skate, and it goes to the sideboards. In the corner now, goal line. Left side, Nedved to the point on the backhand, steered across to Gervais. Takes a shot, actually puts it right to Vallis, looking in front for Goodall, it just deflects wide of the goal. T-Birds tried to tic-tac-toe that one. Vallis behind the net for Seattle. Flip it out off the stick of Barnes to Goodall. Barnes knocks it away, get it to the point, not out. Nedved cross the bow, takes a shot, deflected in front. Vallis can't get a stick on it. Cleared out to the neutral zone. 15 seconds remaining in the power play. Vince Bow skating over the blue line. Now onside. Still has the puck. Skates to the goal line. In front, Zavisha couldn't get the shot. Stevenson does. Save is made. Off the rebound. Bow cross to Bilodeau. Can't take the shot. Now Will. Backhander off the skate of Barnes. And off the end boards. We're back to 5-on-5. McNutt comes on the ice. He's hovering down ice looking for a pass, but the Birds hold it in. Glenn Goodall, goal line, right side, spinning away from Rennie, who takes him down, and Barnes clears the puck to the neutral zone. And it's backhanded right back in by Vince Bow. Right on the stick of Barnes, he'll just golf it off the shin pads of Seattle's Brad Zavisha. And Seattle calls for the delayed offside call there. 11:06 remaining. First period action, 4-0. Seattle on top.
Thunderbirds with goals by Goodall, Stu Malgunas, Kozowski, and an inspired Lindsey Vallis, who has had an outstanding first period here with a goal and assist. He is playing some super hockey. Stu Barnes on the blue line these days, at least since Wednesday and a little bit before the end of the regular season.
Fans, tomorrow night, be sure to watch the Pro Mogul Tour from Crystal Mountain and see your Northwest favorites competing against the very best. For thrills and spills on the slopes, catch Prime Sports Northwest tomorrow at 7 p.m. Face-off between McNutt and Craig Chapman, won by Seattle. Darcy Simon, loose puck there, will just shoot it in the zone. Back to pick it up, Darren Sandwich. Haven't seen much of him so far tonight. Bring it out now to McNutt. McNutt, backhand pass, center ice, Sherstenka ahead to Levens. Levens looks for Sherstenka down the right wing. They don't connect on that pass. Stu Malgunas, corner boards, first one to the puck. Takes a hit from Spenreth. Levens with a pass now to the side of the goal and steered away by Lorenz. Get it to Simon, shoot it up the ice. Back in the neutral zone, Sherstenka will just send it to T-Bird turf. And back to get it is Stu Malgunas. Fired ahead too far for Barrett, down the ice. Back to touch it for an icing call. Sherstenka will take a timeout. 10:29 left in the first period, and Seattle in command, 4-0. Our score on the Thunderbirds Broadcasting Network. Vince Bow with the puck coming out of his own zone, headmanning it up the left wing. Seattle Gervais now to Kevin Malgunas over the blue line. Puck stopped by Kolzig, flipping around off the boards. Kevin Malgunas trying to find it, can't. Virtue will just shoot it down the ice. No icing call. Devin Dirksen right on the back of both Vince Bow and Brent Bilodeau. Bam Bam tying the puck up in the corner with Dirksen now, and Dagner trying to dish it loose, can't do it. It's shot by Bow to the point, not out. Virtue with a shot there. Slap shot that goes wide of the mark. Kevin Malgunas will just fire the puck down the ice. First one to it will be Zavisha, or Seattle. Hits the brakes. Tries to steer the pass in front, does, but right on the stick of Stu Barnes. Headbatting now to Dirksen, neutral zone. Right wing center ice, shoots it in off the end boards. Back to pick it up, Darcy Simon for Seattle. Simon fires it off the wing boards and all the way down the ice. And icing is waved off. Sherstenka back to pick up the puck. Val is chasing after him, but he'll avoid Lindsey Vallis. Canada head now to Reeves. Reeves fakes the shot at the blue line. Now has the puck poked away, but right to Lindsey. He's checked by Stu Malgunas. Puck over the T-Bird goal line. Simon has it, steering it away from Reeves. Good skating and stick handling by Simon. Flip it center ice to Vallis, ahead to Kosowski off his skate. In the zone, and taken by Sandwith. Terrence Sandwith, back down the right wing, pass ahead of Lindsay. Shot by Seattle, back to center ice. McNutt has it there. Send it through his own zone to Sherstenka. Fire to the Seattle blue line, and Stu Malgunas will shoot it in from there. Backstop by Kolzik. He'll steer it to Terrence Sandwith. And here come the Americans out of their own zone. Sandwith looking ahead for Lindsay, finds him, center ice. Down the right wing, down to the circle, to the goal line. Puts the puck right off the side of the Seattle goal, and Lorenz will cover up on it there for a faceoff.
Tri-City's trying to tighten things up a little bit. They were sending 3 men in early, and they got burned a couple times on some 2-on-1 opportunities. Bill Lindsay had an outstanding rookie year as he was coming in down on the right side and cut in front of the goaltender to try and make a play, but Lorenz was there. Lindsay, an outstanding rookie year, but for Peter Nedved, he would be everybody's choice for Rookie of the Year. He's a great young player.
Fans, if you're thinking about a trip overseas, think TWA. They fly daily from Seattle to destinations around the world. Give them a call at 1-800-221-2000. Today's TWA. Find out how good we really are. Drop of the puck controlled by Nibs, who takes a shot, and Lorenz was screened, and he got a piece of the pad on that one. And a shot from a tough angle now by Rennie, covered by Lorenz. He'll flip it behind the goal to Bo. Checked by Nibs. Rennie coming over, helping out as well. So is Kosowski. They dish the puck out, get it to Goodall. He'll just backhand it to center ice and all the way back in the Tri-City zone. Backtracking to pick up the puck, Stu Barnes. Skating now and weaving his way up the left wing. Over the blue line, right in front. His pass stolen away by Bilodeau. Shooter to the blue line, not out. Barnes holds it into Nibs. Wrist shot deflected off of the stick of Rennie, and it goes wide. Now a tough angle shot by Bowen, covered by Lorenz, who has been superlative.
He has been outstanding in this hockey game here tonight. Jason Bowen, just with the Tri-City Americans there, trying to get a scoring opportunity, but Lorenz has just been superb and stopping everything headed his way here in the early going. 8:07 to go. A lot of signs around the rink tonight. Here was the origination of the play, and Lorenz getting a piece of it with his blocker pad. And he was able to make the save with the stick glove. Face-off coming up to his right.
Goodall will take the draw with Steve McNutt. 8:07 remaining in the period. 4-0 Seattle on top. They control the face-off. Stu Malgunas. Flip it off the corner boards now. Get it to Goodall. Send it off the boards out to Kaniski. Kaniski will put it back now to Goodall. Finds him right there with the pass. Goodall skates around Sherstenka and has the puck knocked away by a Americans defender. Seattle will just shoot it in the zone. Back to pick it up is Sandwith. Sandwith out of his own end of the ice now, skating right up Main Street. Going to shoot it off the right wing boards and to the corner. First one to it, Darcy Simon. Tied up along with Levens and Stu Malgunas. Spenrith in that mix as well. Some big guys down there. As Seattle comes out with the puck, they shoot it to the blue line of Tri-Cities. Game has settled down quite a bit.
It really has. Tri-Cities getting conservative as they should and just going to wait for their opportunity so they can get back into this one.
They put the puck right through the slot, and a penalty is coming up now. It's going to be a penalty, a tripping call, and it may go against the Seattle Thunderbirds.
I believe it is, and that's going to be the first power play for the Tri-City Americans, and they would like to connect on this one as they trail by 4 and get back in it. As tripped up was Steve McNutt, and going off for Seattle will be Turner Stevenson. A lot of signs around the rink tonight. There were a lot of signs in Tri-Cities. There are always signs there, but a few responses here, I guess, from the Seattle fans. You play in the nest, you get beat like the rest.
We saw some funny ones in Tri-Cities.
Some excellent
they were great.
They were great.
There were
great fans there. They're great fans there. They're very loyal, and they do a super job in rooting their team on, and they'll all be there in full tomorrow night, no question about it. Even those people in Section M, they'll be there too.
MM, isn't it?
MM, that's right.
M&M, yeah, easy to remember.
That's right, they're there and very vocal.
Ready for the puck drop to the right of Lorenz. 7:17 remaining. First period action, it's 4-0. T-Birds lead. Birds control the face-off, shorthanded. They shoot the puck down the ice. Kolzik makes the stop. Didn't get the start tonight. Don Blishin did, but was pulled after Seattle's 4th goal. Here come the Americans on the power play. Seattle blue line. And offside as Reeves was caught in, and he's barking at himself right now. I'm sorry, Dave. He was holding on to the puck just a little too long, and as a result,
That put it, the other players offside. Face-off will be just outside the Thunderbird blue line.
Drop the puck is coming up, and minute 41 left in the penalty to Turner Stevenson. Kyle Reeves, 2 goals in the series, 1 assist, 3 points total.
Hasn't been able to do that backdoor work on the power play that he patented during the regular season, as Seattle has kind of trapped up that area there and not allowed him to get in there.
T-Birds control the face-off and shoot the puck down the ice. Vince Bow. Back stopping it now is Kolzig. Give it off now to Barnes. 6:47 remaining in the period. Barnes up the left wing, right on the stick of McNutt. Shoots it in the zone, off the stick of Bow, right to Reeves. Reeves put it around behind the goal. Couldn't find someone to pass to. Still has it. Avoids a check from Bow. Now right out front looking for Spenrath. He's spun around. Whistle blows as Lorenz covers the puck in a quick conversation between guys in different colored jerseys.
But they break it up quickly. Brad Davis saying a few words, the referee tonight, to the players. Lorenz right now in top form as he has stood on his head here in the first period. Faceoff will be coming up to his left. Good seats are going for all events, and they're going fast at this summer's Goodwill Games. There'll be some in the Tri-Cities there too, at the Coliseum, hockey there, and some other events. Get your order now before it's too late. The best athletes in the world are coming to Seattle and Kennewick for the Goodwill Games, a proud sponsor of the Thunderbirds on radio.
July 30th, the U.S. and the Soviet Union. Should be a lot of fun. Off the draw, shot taken from the point by Dirksen, save, and off the rebound, it was McNutt trying to stuff it home. And Lorenz made the save there as well. I'm wondering, Carlos, if when we wind down the first period, still a lot of time to go, that no matter what the score is, as you see on the replay, a big save by Lorenz, and off the rebound, that one's skittering in. He got the right leg pad on it.
But what were you wondering?
Tri-Cities may have the shooting advantage in this period. They've gotten a lot of shots off.
They really have, but Seattle has been very surgical with the shots they've taken. They have really made most of the opportunities they've had.
On the power play, Reeves with a shot and a kick save on the short side by Lorenz. Off the end board, Stu Malgunas will flip the puck to the blue line, not out. Barnes holds it in. Trying to get it past Kosowski, can't. And Gervais will pick up the puck and skate with it. 1-on-2, he'll just shoot it off the skate of Dirksen. And off the end boards with 49 seconds to go in the power play. Americans out of their own zone. Farrell trying to bring it out, check that. It was Dirksen. Gervais takes it away, takes a shot. And a kick save made by Kolzig. Now Reeves sends it center ice, off the Seattle stick. Now off of Spenrath's stick and taken by Kosowski and shot back down the ice. 28 seconds to go, power play. 4-0, T-Birds lead. Dirksen to Nibs, back to Dirksen. Back for Cal Nibs, a little bit behind him. Finds Barnes off his stick at center ice, comes all the way in off the end boards. Lorenz will handle it, shoot it around to the corner. First one to it, Nibs. Sends it off the end behind the goal. Out front, it's knocked away by Bilodeau and all the way back down the ice. Kolzig now will send it neutral zone for Rennie. Hassled by Kevin Malgunas. Sends a bad pass through looking for Barnes. Bow intercepts it and shoots it right on goal. The penalty has been killed off. Good penalty killing by Seattle. Here come the Americans trying to clear the zone. They can't. Bow holds it in, blue line. Sends it off the end boards, a little bit too far for Goodall, and Steve Rennie comes up with the puck. Rennie skating up the left wing away from Kevin Malgunas. Now over the blue line, gets around Bilodeau, who takes him to the ice. Puck to the corner. Bowen has it there, puts it right to the side of the goal. Rennie shoots and it goes high and wide. Glenn Goodall comes up with the rebound for Seattle. Flip it off the left wing boards to center ice. Malgunas over skating it. Rennie there to pick it up. Hassled by Stevenson. Gets the pass though. Rennie does to Sherstenka. His pass intercepted by Goodall. Goodall comes over the blue line, loses the puck. Nibs gets it. Sends it off a skate to the Seattle stripe. Bow has it there. Vince Bow ahead to Nedved. Backhand pass to Stevenson. He'll just whack it in the zone. 4:25 left in the period. 4-0, T-Birds on top. Here come the Americans. Levens up to center ice, right in the middle of the rink to Spenrath. Shoot it in. Takes a check from Stu Malgunas. First one to the puck is Simon. Flip it up behind the goal. Levens checking for it there. Penalty is coming up. This one's going to be against the Seattle Thunderbirds. Interference call against Seattle. Power play upcoming again for Tri-Cities. We'll take a break. 4:09 to go. Timeout. Thunderbirds Broadcasting Network. Face off to the left of Lorenz. Power play, Tri-Cities. Drop of the puck, controlled by the Americans. They get it out to the point. Right side, Dirksen winds up, fires his shot. Actually a pass, he get it to McNutt. He'll spin around, put it off the end boards. First one to it is Spenreth. Seattle again clears it to the point, not out. Dirksen with a shot, kick save off the pad. Lorenz got the leg kicked out, got a bit of the pad on it, and the T-Birds shoot the puck down the ice.
Lorenz playing with a lot of confidence in this series and really challenging the shooters.
Here comes Stu Barnes up the right wing. Over the T-Bird blue line. Poke checked away by Bilodeau. He ties up Barnes. Goodall gets the puck, shoots it to the blue line and out. And Tri-Cities will have to get back on side. McNutt sends it back through his own zone to Dirksen. Off the stick of Gervais, comes right to Kolzig. Who's why goaltender has to keep his eyes open. And Seattle forecheck, shorthanded. They hold it in the zone. Only for a moment, though, as here comes Barnes, and hang on, penalty called. It's going to be a roughing call against Dirksen as he took a poke at Gervais, and once more Victor Gervais, who skates away.
Good discipline by Seattle. Dirksen goaded by Victor Gervais on that particular play, and he just it was kind of like fly fishing. He kind of just let the bait go out there, and he pulled him right in. So Dirksen will nullify the remaining minute and 10 seconds. There is Gervais and Dirksen, a little push, a little shove. Dirksen comes back with a big forearm, and that was the roughing minor as Gervais, the antagonist that he is, made it happen there for Seattle to nullify the remaining minute and 10 seconds on the power play.
And make no mistake, to start that, Victor was definitely a pest.
And he is a super pest at best, I'm telling you. He is outstanding in that role and showed there why he is so valuable as a penalty killer, always hustling, always making something happen out on the ice. Face-off will be just inside the Tri-City Americans blue line.
Waiting on the drop of the puck, it'll be between Degner and Glenn Goodall. Team skating 4-on-4, and then Seattle will have a power play. Goodall wins the draw, kicks the puck to the corner. First one to it, Vallis. Lindsey Vallis avoids a check, then goes down. As finishing the check was Lindsey. Now Vallis comes up with the puck again, then has it stolen away by Steve Jakes, the Tri-City captain. Flip it up on the left wing for Lindsey. Tries to make a move to get around Bo, can't do it. Bo will flip it back to the blue line of Tri-Cities. Sherastinka there. Ahead now to Degner, stolen away by Goodall, got a break, and on goal. Glenn Goodall shoots, save! He was taken down from behind, and no call there.
Goodall going in, and Kolzig, he's so big and so agile for such a big man, was able to make the save as Goodall got the good shot off. Coming in down on the breakaway, being bothered from behind by Steve Jakes, but he's able to let the good shot go. Could have been a hooking minor there, but Kolzig was equal to the task. Glenn Goodall with a goal, or rather with a goal and an assist in this period. 8 points so far, 4-4 in the playoffs this season. Face-off coming up to the right of Olaf Kolzig.
40 seconds remaining in the penalty now to Stu Malgunas. A minute 30 left in the 2-minute minor to Devin Dirksen.
Thompson, Manitoba native. 6 years in the Western Hockey League. Destined for Adirondack in the American Hockey League next year in the Detroit Red Wings organization.
Waiting on the drop of the puck now between McNutt and Goodall. Sent to the corner. First one to it, Sherastinka. Sherastinka now out to the blue line. Flips the puck off the left wing, too far for Levens. Comes off the end boards. Lorenz steers it to the corner. Goal line. Levens first one to it. Kicks it now to McNutt. McNutt to the point. Sherastinka winds up, shoots off the skate of Brad Savisha. Gets his own rebound. Now makes a move around Bo. Put it right in front. It slides through the slot in the crease and right out to Goodall. 2-on-1 with Savisha. One man to beat is Jakes. Over the line. Goodall blocked by Jakes. Big defensive play, but Seattle holds it in at the point. Nedved puts it across right on the stick of Levens. Here comes Tri-Cities. Levens now to McNutt. McNutt putting it right out in front, and Lorenz is going to steer the puck off the right wing boards to Goodall. Now Seattle with a power play. Goodall shoots it in the zone. T-Birds will play dump and chase. And Tri-Cities will say chase it right back in your own zone as they send it down the ice. Nedved back to get it to Gervais. Up the right wing, Kosowski. Flip it over the blue line. Going after it, Stu Malgunas. Stevenson all alone in front. Off his skate. A little bit late on that play. Now back in front again. Gervais can't get a shot away. Birds hold it in. Blue line. Nedved. Steered across to Victor Gervais. Back to Stu Malgunas without his helmet. Put it in front. Deflected. Puck cleared away by Barnes. First one to it, Kosowski. Peter Kosowski sent it off the end boards to Gervais. Leave it for Stevenson. Checked by Barnes. Stevenson has it. Sent it to the point. Malgunas winds up, shoots, deflected in front, goes behind Kolzig. Nedved with it. Right wing boards. Penalty coming up to Virtue. Virtue's going to get a high sticking call. Down goes Peter Nedved. And now Virtue and Stevenson pushing and shoving. Down goes Terry Virtue. He's got a little nudge from Turner Stevenson.
Virtue has been frisky the whole series. He says, what, who, me? Come on, Terry, you know what happened on that play.
We got to take a timeout. Minute 16 to go in the period. It is 4-0. And a major penalty has been called. Seattle will be on the power play when we come back. 4-0. Thunderbirds leading Tri-Cities on the Thunderbirds Broadcasting Network. Back at the Seattle Center Arena, 4-0 score. Seattle on top of Tri-Cities, and the Thunderbirds pick up a major penalty power play now as a result of this play with Terry Virtue and Peter Nedved.
The stick was up a little bit. Can't really tell too much from that angle, but Nedved went down. Virtue was irate with the call. 5-minute major, and Seattle will be able to score at will. And Virtue does not like it at all, and he is getting a little bit aggressive. And he wants somebody, I don't know who, but he's going off the edge. Look at him wave the stick, come on. And he is an angry young man right now as he leaves. Has he been ejected, or has he got just the major and a misconduct?
We'll wait and hear the call here.
Look at this,
slamming the
good
stick.
Heavens. Well, it's not baseball, it's spring training. Get a grip. That's what the difference is between disciplined and undisciplined. Face-off coming up to the left of Olaf Kozuback.
I'd like to see another replay of that just a bit if we can as we wait on the face-off coming up to the left of Kozuback. Peter Anholt watching the proceedings. Minute 16 to go in the period. 5-minute major called on Terry Virtue. Waiting on the drop of the puck. Here it is. Birds get it out at the point. Gervais winds up, fires a shot, blocked by McNutt. Now Bo flipping that one, and a bouncing shot through the slot. And Tri-Cities will clear the puck to center ice. And it's shot down the ice by the Americans, and back to pick it up is Brent Bilodeau for Seattle. 58 seconds now remaining in the period. Seattle leading 4-0. Bilodeau get it out to Victor Gervais. Stolen away by Jakes. He'll shoot it over the line, offside the call against Tri-Cities with 51 seconds remaining in the period and 4:35 to go in the major penalty power play for Seattle. Brad Davis signaling Terry Virtue for the high sticking call on Peter Nedved on a play where the puck was sent out to the point area.
And it happened away from the play, but Davis felt that it was enough to call a major for high sticking and try and put a stop on that kind of activity here in the early going.
We'll take another look at the play now and see if we can see it develop along the boards. It's too late to tell at that point. It must have happened right before the camera turned over there, and so we're not really able to tell from that angle. Did not see the high sticking call there, did you, Carlos?
No, couldn't tell from that replay.
Here come the Birds down the right wing in the zone. Gervais with a big hip check from Jakes, who comes up with the puck. They send it ahead to Spenrath over the blue line. Takes a shot off the stick of Stu Malgunas and up over the glass with 28 seconds remaining in the period. Fans, there's never been a better time to buy a new Hyundai Excel than right now, and Sound Hyundai has them. Make your best deal on the new 90 Excel and you'll get up to $1,000 back from the factory. See Sound Hyundai today in Tukwila. Sound Hyundai, the Northwest #1 Hyundai dealer.
Thunderbird bench, and they have to feel pretty confident right now with a 4-0 lead. 28 seconds left in period number 1, and 4 minutes and 12 seconds left in the major penalty to Terry Virtue.
Drop of the puck coming up just outside the circle in the T-Bird zone. Left side circle. Birds win the faceoff. They control it. 2-on-1 down the wing. Glenn Goodall puts on the brakes. Drop it to Stu Malgunas. His shot high and wide. Right side corner. Jakes with some muscle on Goodall. Puck comes free to Nibs. Get it out to Steve Rennie. Takes a long shot. Pad saved by Lorenz. Rennie following up his own shot. Loses control of the puck to Stu Malgunas. Flip it off the corner boards to Bo. And that'll do it for the period. Horn sounds. Seattle with a big first period. They'll have a lot of power play left. When we come back for the second, our score 4-0. Thunderbirds on top. Back in a flash after this timeout on the Thunderbirds Broadcasting Network. Dave Ackerley and Carlos Sosa back now live from the Seattle Center Arena, and it's been all Thunderbirds so far in the first period of play. T-Birds coming out. Actually, Carlos, it was Tri-Cities coming out quickly in the game, getting a couple of good shots off. They had the first couple of chances to score, and After that, it was all Seattle.
Story in the first 8 or 9 minutes of this hockey game was Danny Lorenz, as he was outstanding in goal, stopping Tri-Cities on numerous point-blank shots, but they were able not to connect. And then after that, Seattle connected on their first 4 or 5 shots on Donnie Blishin, as he was beaten twice on the first 2 goals on the glove side, and that made the difference right off the get-go in the hockey game. First goal came at 2:18 of the first period. Lindsey Vallis beating Don Blishin. It was a power play goal, as he took the pass from Peter Kozowski. Kozowski getting the puck over the blue line, little drop pass for Vallis, and he's on his off wing, but he's able to let the good shot go. He beats Blishin on the glove side. You got to stop those, and Don Blishin didn't, to make it 1-0 for Seattle. Kozowski and Stuart Malgunas getting the assist at 2:18, and it was just 20 seconds later, it was an even strength goal by Seattle, where Peter Kozowski came right back and put it in the net. And on a similar play from a very sharp angle, good work in the corner by Vallis to get the puck out in front, and from a sharp angle, Kozowski picks a corner like you'd love to do every time you got that puck, and he beats Blishin again on the glove side. For Kozowski, he gets the goal. Vallis and Darcy Simon getting the assist at 2:38. Seattle had a quick 2-0 lead in the early going. Lorenz had to make a couple big saves after that, and then Seattle would connect one more time in the period later on at about the 5:26 mark, when Nedved and Goodall on the power play would combine to make it happen. Look at Nedved quarterbacking the power play. Shot is taken by Glenn Goodall, and he beats it, or by Stu Malgunas, and he beats the goaltender Blishin on a shot again, Dave, that he probably should have stopped. 5:26 the time of that one to make it 3-0 Seattle. Stu Malgunas from Nedved and Glenn Goodall. And then the 4th goal came for the Thunderbirds, and it came moments later again, 24 seconds after the goal, the 3rd goal by Seattle, when Stu Malgunas connected. And Glenn Goodall on a shot, once again, David, one that should have been stopped just inside the blue line. A long shot. Blishin gets beat low on the stick side. You got to make those saves. He didn't. It's 4-0 Seattle.
When we come back on television, we'll have a recap, a highlight recap of games 3 and 4. You didn't get a chance to see them back here in Seattle, but you'll get a chance to see all the highlights from a win for Seattle and a win for Tri-Cities. That's coming up on radio. We'll have more right here from the arena, so stick around between periods. Seattle leading 4-0 after one frame. Game 5 of the Western Hockey League West Division semifinals, and a timeout on the Thunderbirds Broadcasting Network.
Now Goodall in the right corner.
The Thunderbirds took to the ice in Kennewick, holding a 2-game edge to start the series with Tri-Cities, but in each of the first 3 games, the Americans started out hot, nearly scoring here, but for a great skate save by Danny Lorenz, and just like that, Seattle's fortunes turn around. Right back the other way with a 2-on-1 break of their own. Victor Gervais will be stuffed by Olaf Kolzig, but Glenn Goodall slams the rebound home to make it 1-0, Thunderbirds on top. Still first period, the Birds apply even more pressure. This time, they do it on the power play. Down the left wing, Gervais will take the pass from Goodall, looks to the slot, and the pass deflects off the stick of Terrence Sandwith right to Goodall. He beats Olaf Kolzig low on the short side. Seattle's on top 2-0. Then, a strange goal. Second period, the Birds forechecking. They get the puck out front to Lindsey Vallis. He partially fans on the shot, but it goes to Kevin Barrett, and off his skate right into the Tri-City goal. Seattle's on top by a score of 3-0. On to the third period, all Seattle. Off to the races one more time. 2-on-1 for Gervais and Kevin Malgunas, who deflects the shot past Olaf Kolzig to put Seattle on top 4-0, and it starts looking very bleak for the home team, playing without Steve Jakes, Jeff Fancy, and head coach Rick Kozuback, all suspended following Saturday's brawl in Seattle. The Birds make it 5-0 on a goal by Brent Bilodeau, and the rout is on. The Americans, well, they'll finally hit the board late in the match. Over the blue line on the left wing. Watch the play set up. Calvin Nibbs will get the pass and take the puck down the wing and beat Lorenz high on the glove side. And that ends the shutout bid. It's 5-1, Seattle on top. Then another Seattle goal as the Birds re-extend their 5-goal lead. Brad Zawisza will pick up the puck down the wing as he gets the pass ahead from Kozowski, who spun around just coming over the blue line. Zawisza will get the shot and put it off the side of Kolzig's pad into the open corner of the goal, and it's a 6-1 hockey game, Seattle leading. Then Vince Bowe gets a nice setup from Goodall and Gervais, bringing the puck out from behind the Americans' goal. He'll blast this shot home, and for Bowe, his first goal of the playoffs, and Seattle leads it by a 7-1 score. Tri-Cities will notch another in the third period as Steve Rennie takes the faceoff and he kicks the puck to Brad Loring. Scoring pops it past Lorenz, and it's a 7-2 game. Seattle will close out the scoring as Lindsey Ballas gets the goal at 14:15 of the third period. An 8-2 win for Seattle, and they do it without injured star forward Peter Nedved. Game 4 highlights coming up next after this commercial word on the Thunderbirds Broadcasting Network. The Seattle Thunderbirds held a commanding 3-0 lead going into the 4th match of the series in the Tri-Cities Wednesday night. The Thunderbirds would have to endure another game without superstar Peter Nedved, who suffered an injured hand in Game 2 at the Coliseum. The Tri-Cities was welcoming back head coach Rick Kozuback and captain Steve Jenks from their 1- and 2-game suspensions, respectively. It seemed to lift the Americans. Cal Nibs with the first shot here, and then he pokes home the second rebound past Danny Lorenz, and Tri-Cities has their first lead of the series. It's a 1-0 game in the first period. Later, it's welcome back Steve Jenks, for sure, as he executes the perfect give-and-go with Steve McNutt, slamming the puck past Lorenz. Tri-Cities adding to a lead they would not relinquish. The Birds were still in this one, but despite 8 power play chances, they could not get the puck past the upstart goaltender, Donnie Blishen. Tri-Cities adding to their lead later on in the first period. On a great rush, Calvin Nibs from the right wing will bring it right down Main Street as he picks up the puck right here, cuts to the slot, and scores his second goal of the game, and it was 3-0 Americans on top. They would add another goal later. Greg Spenrith would score, big number 27, to round out the scoring. The future New York Ranger, as the Tri-City Americans notch their first win in the series, a shutout for young goaltender Don Blishen, and it guarantees the turn to Kennewick Saturday night. More coming up between periods after this timeout on the Thunderbirds Broadcasting Network. Glad you're aboard wherever you may be watching or listening tonight across the western states. Live from the Seattle Center Arena, we are through one period of play, and the Thunderbirds of Seattle leading the Tri-City Americans by a score of 4-0 after one period. Carlos Sosa, Dave Ackerley here, yours truly. And you look at this game right now, and what do the Americans have to do, Tri-Cities, to get back in it? What are their chances? What do they have to pull out of the magic bag? Because one more time, they are down in Seattle. They haven't won here in 8 games.
Well, cliches reign rampant here, so it's gut check time for the Tri-City Americans.
Oh, good one.
Yeah, that's a new one, right?
Yeah.
They're going to have to dig down deep and really just see if they got a little bit extra and take it shift by shift. They're going to have to just do the little things and try and turn the little things into big things and be very opportunistic. They cannot afford any more dumb penalties. If they take a couple silly penalties, it could be all over, and they're in the midst of a problem penalty right now. 3:44 left in the major penalty to Terry Virtue, and he was ejected shortly thereafter. I don't know yet if that's a game misconduct or a 10-minute misconduct, but we'll verify that. And Seattle, what they're going to want to do, obviously, is jump on them quickly and connect a couple times in that early moments of the second period.
How many times in this series have we said this? Next goal in the game is critical.
Well, it is. It has to be. And for Tri-Cities, it has to be a Tri-City Americans goal, or it's going to be very difficult for them to come back in this one, barring a major collapse on the part of the Thunderbirds, something one does not anticipate. Shots on goal in that first period. Seattle outshooting the Tri-City Americans 15-9, and Seattle really pouring it on. They got early shots and 4 quick goals on Donnie Blishen, and in the power play, they're 3 for 6 is what it is, but I believe it's 3 for 5 because the major penalty just counts as the 1 power play. So they're clicking along just fine right now in the power play. Tri-Cities, they've had 2 power play opportunities, and they're 0 for 2 on the power play, but they've been shorthanded quite a bit because of the penalties.
All right, we'll be back with more winding down intermission activities at the arena after we take a break. T-Birds leading 4-0 after 1. Timeout, Thunderbirds Broadcasting Network. When the second period starts, the Thunderbirds will still have 3 minutes and 44 seconds of a major penalty power play as Terry Virtue went off on a high sticking call, controversial call. Everybody talking about this now, and I'm sure folks in the Tri-Cities are as well, as we see the end result of the play as Nedved went spinning around. And again, it's very difficult to tell from our replay what happened as the camera you saw was panning to the right. And following the play there, the puck was away from that area, but it's difficult to tell, Carlos, from the replay. But the referee, Brad Davis, was right in front of it, very decisive with his call.
And that's the key point. If the referee had been away from the play or not able to get a good view of it, then you got to wonder even more so. We have only the benefit of the replay. The referee was right there in the corner in position to call it, and it was pretty emphatic in the call. No indecision at all on the part of Brad Davis in making that 5-minute major call.
Let's talk about other playoff series right now going on tonight. Game number 5 of the other West semifinal. That is up in Kamloops, and the Blazers came on after Spokane split the first 2 in Kamloops. The Blazers really took it to them in the 2 games, outscoring them 12-3 in Spokane over the course of those 2 games, and 2 solid victories. They lead that series 3-1, and you think that's going to finish up pretty quick?
I think it's all over, but the crying for the Seattle, or for the Spokane, not for Seattle, good heavens, for the Spokane Chiefs, they had to win at least one at home, if not both, and they had to be buoyed after the split up in Kamloops and hiring a kite and ready to go Tuesday night in Spokane. But interesting factor, the crowd. 2,400 Tuesday night, 2,500 Wednesday night in Spokane. They did not come out. You think a lot more people would have come out, especially after the split in Kamloops. They did not play well, and Ken Hitchcock has his boys rocking and rolling, as always, up in the loops. I think it's all over there.
You know, the conventional wisdom on Spokane is that if it's not a Saturday night, they don't get a big crowd. It's a Saturday night town.
Well, they're going to have a shot at it tomorrow, aren't they? They're up in Kamloops tonight, where the Blazers are hosting them. Tomorrow night, they'll be in Spokane. We'll see how they draw for what may be the finale of that series.
What if Spokane were to pull off the upset tonight? All bets would be off, coming back with a chance to tie the series.
Well, yeah, it'd be outstanding on the part of the Chiefs, but I don't know how many wins they have in their pockets for Kamloops. I think they've gotten their one up there in this playoff series, and I cannot see, barring major injury problems or something like that for the Blazers, or a bad game, say, by Corey Hirsch, them losing up there again to the Chiefs.
Okay, out on the East Coast. We haven't out the East Coast, but out there is no coast, believe me. But out east, we're talking now about
prairies.
The prairies, of course, the East Division. Regina, Prince Albert, in the other series, Lethbridge, Saskatoon. First of all, talk about Regina, Prince Albert, as that one opens up tonight in PA.
That's going to be a very tough series, and Prince Albert, I've got to get the edge to them. They're going to open up in that little barn of theirs. Seats just under 3,000 up in Prince Albert, a very quaint arena there, the Communiplex, and they are tough at home. And Terry Simpson, the coach of the Prince Albert Raiders, really has them gunning, and they ended up clinching that second spot in the Eastern Division and the bye. They will have the home ice advantage. I think, even with all the stars that Regina has, they don't have the work ethic that Prince Albert does. Prince Albert has Reed Simpson and a couple other guys, but Prince Albert has a great work ethic, a lot of heart. I think Prince Albert will win that series in 6.
Saskatoon, Lethbridge. I know that everybody going with Lethbridge, and they're the odds on. They're the odds on. Well, I think Saskatoon has got a chance in this series.
I'm with you in this. I have not believed in Lethbridge all year. They are. They do it with mirrors. They have some great goal scoring. Emu has had a career year in the pipes for the Lethbridge Hurricane, and their defense is a bit suspect. Even though they have the low goals against, Emu has been outstanding. If Emu does not play like he did during the regular season, they're in big trouble. Look for Saskatoon in 7.
Saskatoon in 7. You're going out on a limb.
It's out there.
You know what? I agree with you on this one. That's amazing. We agree on something.
That's scary.
That is scary. For the Thunderbirds and Tri-City Americans, well, the only game we know about for sure is tomorrow night in Tri-Cities. If Seattle wins tonight, they could wrap up the series, theoretically tomorrow, with a victory in Tri. Now, as for the game at the Coliseum, if Tri-Cities wins either one of these games, either tonight, they'll have to come from behind, or tomorrow, then the series will shift back for game number 7 in the Coliseum, and that will be on Sunday. We'll tell you more about that in a bit, but we'll come back for second period action. Both teams are on the ice, and we'll be back after this timeout. 4-0, Seattle on top, Thunderbirds Broadcasting Network.
Back once again here at the Seattle Center Arena, 4-0. Seattle leading the Tri-City Americans. 4 goals, 3 of them of the power play variety. Seattle still on the power play to start period number 1. And a gentleman who's always on a power play, the voice of the Seattle Thunderbirds, Dave Ackerley.
Thank you very much, Carlos Sosa. We'll double check on Virtue. He's not in the penalty box here.
He's got to
start the period. I have a feeling that's going to be a game misconduct. We'll check on that from the pass. Picked up by Spenreth and shot in the zone. Back to pick it up is Nedved from Lorenz. Lets Goodall skate over. Now brings the pass up the right wing to Goodall. Skating hard now over center ice. Slows it up. Shoots it right on goal. Kolzig with a glove save. Drop it behind the net to Jakes. Out to Spenrith. Spenrith shoots the puck down the ice. Carlos?
Virtue has been ejected. 5-minute major and the game misconduct.
Now it's Peter Kosowski. Kosowski is checked by Levens, but he gets the pass out right in front of the T-Bird goal. Goodall chases it down. 2-on-2. Off the right wing with the power play to Gervais. Back to Glenn Goodall. Doesn't fire the shot. He wound up, didn't take the shot. Now flips the puck off the boards, off the stick of Scherstenka. And following the play is Kosowski. Bring it right out front. A sweep check to the point and held in by Bilodeau. His shot deflected wide. And Tri-Cities clears it out in front. Kosowski trying to hold it in. Does. He spun around. Puck cleared to the point. Not out. Nedved has it. Put it across to Gervais. Now back to Kosowski. Winds up. Fakes the shot. Does take it. It's saved in front. Flips up to Kolzig. He'll hang on as he gloves it for a save.
Seattle trying to penetrate and get the they are indoors, the inside shot, but not really able to do so as Tri-Cities, I'm sure assistant coach Jerry Johansson told them in between periods, look, Seattle's going to come out gunning for that quick goal to start the second period. Let's make sure that all their shots are perimeter shots from the outside and not give them that close-in opportunity. And so far, Tri-Cities has done that with 2:29 remaining in the major penalty.
Well, they've killed off half of the major here, and if they can keep that going and kill off the penalty, that could give them a lift.
A big lift if Seattle is not able to connect.
Drop of the puck. Birds hold it in. Brad Zavisha drops it off to Bo. Fakes the shot back along the line to Bilodeau. Winds up. Shoots. That one goes wide. Bo can't hold it in at the point. Comes all the way back down into the Seattle zone and back to get it is Bilodeau. Bilodeau now gets it out to Bo. Over his stick. He'll chase it down. Shoot it in the zone. Taken down at the blue line by Darren Sandwith. Back to get the puck is Nibs. He can't clear the zone. And now it goes off the stick of Bilodeau and off of Rennie, who knocks it to center ice. Bo gets it there. Right back to Brad Zavisha. Poking it past Barnes. Over the line. Seattle with a delayed offside. Now waved off as the puck is shot back down the ice. 1:50 to go in the major penalty power play. And now a pass out. Intercepted from Vince Bo to Scherstenka. He'll just backhand it in the T-Bird zone. Bo will circle back. Bring it off the wall to Vallis. Vallis skating center ice, stick handling with it. Now down the right wing, fires a shot off the glove, and that one actually deflected off the glove and the leg pad of Kolzig to the right side corner. First one to it is Jakes. Whistle blows, and Rennie and Chapman are now squaring off. Linesman trying to get between those two, and they will before gloves go to the ice and punches fly.
Outstanding job by Tri-Cities so far in this penalty killing situation as they have really controlled the play. Captain Steve Jakes. He has been a controversial figure in this playoff series, and he is really one of the straws that stir the drink here, at least in this playoff series. He has really inspired Tri-Cities, at least on Wednesday night, when he played outstanding in their 4-0 victory. It's been a little different here tonight as they trail 4-0, but getting a bit of a moral victory at this stage by keeping Seattle off the board with 1:25 to go in the major penalty. Rennie and Chapman will get offsetting minors for roughing, and both teams will still remain as they were 5-on-4 on the power play opportunity.
Waiting on the drop of the puck now. Face-off just outside the Seattle blue line. Greg Spenrith will take the face-off with T-Bird captain Glenn Goodall. Drop of the puck. Goodall wins it. Still 1:23 left in the Seattle power play. Major penalty to Terry Virtue, and he's been ejected from the game. Game misconduct. Puck shot in the zone by Seattle. Nedved now has it flipped to the point. Can't hold it in. Spenrith shoots it down the ice. Good penalty killing by Tri-Cities. They have come out, and they're playing very well.
They are playing very disciplined and doing what they need to do to kill this one off.
Now Seattle with trouble clearing their own zone. Victor Gervais hassled by Levens. Down he goes. Malgunas up with the puck. Puts it off the stick of Stevenson. Shot back as Spenrith rags the puck to Dirksen. He'll shoot it down the ice. 48 seconds to go. Seattle power play. Nedved from behind his own goal. Bring it out to Gervais. Up the right wing, Stevenson. Stevenson now cross to his left over the blue line offside on Seattle.
Standing up like a phalanx at the blue line was the defense for the Tri-City Americans, not allowing Seattle to penetrate and forcing the offside.
We'll take a timeout with 16:54 remaining in the period. It's 4-0. Seattle leading the Tri-City Americans, and a timeout on the Thunderbirds Broadcasting Network. Back to action. A quick shot by Tri-City shorthanded. Seattle will bring back the puck the other way. 15 seconds to go in their power play. Zawisza right down Main Street. Can't take a shot. He fanned on that one. Drops the puck in the corner for Kevin Malgunas. Barnes tying him up. Hanging on for dear life. Zawisza gets the puck to Kosowski. Out front, can't connect with Brad Zawisza. Now Bilodeau's shot and a blocker pad save. And Kozuback makes a move on Kevin Malgunas saying, get out of my turf, and now whistle blows and a two-line pass. And how about that pose there from Olaf Kozuback?
Hey.
Pulling one out of the Ron Hextall school of get out of my face.
It's all fair. Stu Barnes discussing a few things with Brad Davis. It's all fair because that goaltender crease is a sacred area. It's sacred ground, and he has to protect it, and that's his right to do that in whatever way he has to. And goalies will tell you that you don't come in the crease without paying the price. And usually it's the defensemen that are making you pay the price, but if they're not, the goalies are not afraid to pick up the slack. Face-off coming up to the right of Olaf Kozuback.
Drop of the puck now. Reeves is sent out. Jakes will take the face-off instead. Sent to the point. Stu Malgunas has it. Gonna fire it off the end boards. Takes a funky bounce. Gervais gonna get the stick on it and try to put it to Kevin Malgunas and can't. The pass is deflected away. Get it to Degner now. Tri-Cities with Lindsay. His pass out of the zone right in front. Malgunas shoots. He hit the post. Kevin Malgunas hit the post as that pass was deflected in the zone. He had a point-blank chance. And again, they hold it in. Gervais with a shot. Kick save by Kozuback. Now Brad Zawisza right in front. Can't connect with Kevin Malgunas. Oh my goodness, Birds with 3 big chances. And here comes Tri-Cities back the other way. They have killed off that penalty. Take a quick shot, a rather weak one in the zone. Seattle's Lorenz saves it. Get it up to Kevin Malgunas. Now up to Brad Zawisza. Off his stick center ice. Reeves just whacks the puck back in the zone. Back stopping it, Lorenz. Give it now to Simon. Simon looking ahead for Gervais. Too far for him and all the way back down the ice. And back to touch it is Terrence Sandwith. He'll get the icing call against Seattle. We'll take another break with 15:15 remaining in second period action. It is 4-0 Seattle, leading Tri-Cities. Timeout on the Thunderbirds Broadcasting Network. Tri-Cities holding the puck in the Seattle zone. It's underneath both Vince Bow and on top of him, Scott Levens, the native of Spokane, Washington. One of the few Native American players in the Western Hockey League.
Let American Airlines take you to Europe with daily service to Paris and London, in addition to many other cities on the continent. Affordable flyaway vacation packages are available as well. American Airlines, there's something special in the air.
T-Birds trying to clear their own zone, get it to the point, not out. Shot by Barnes, gloved by Lorenz. He'll hang on to it for a face-off as Levens is right there in the goal crease. 14 minutes, 59 seconds remaining. Second period action. It's 4-0 T-Birds on top. Lorenz had 9 saves in the first period. Got the shutout going right now.
He played outstanding. Only 9 shots, but 6 quality shots. Kozuback came in, and he had 7 stops, along with Donnie Blishen, in that first period.
Whistle blows as the puck is dropped, and somebody may be asked to vacate the circle. It will be Scott Levens instead. Devin Dirksen will take the face-off. No, it will be Brad Loring. Loring against Goodall, couple of number 10s. Goodall wins the draw cleanly. Back to Vince Bow. Bring it out now to Kaniski off his stick right to the neutral zone. Birds will chase after it. Barnes, first one to the puck. Skating back now in his own end. Flip it off to Levens. Looking at down the ice. It's put all the way down the ice, and back to get it is Bow. No icing called here. Waved off. Vince Bow, first one to the puck. Steers it out to Big Al Kaniski. Kaniski backhander off the left wing board. Center ice. Dumped right back in by Sandwich. Now whistle blows on a delayed offside call as Levens gets the puck with his skate just over the T-Bird blue line. 14:31 remaining in the period. Seattle leading by a score of 4-0. Fans, there's a lot of folks who'd love to sell you a used car, so it pays to shop around, not just for low price, but for a dealer you can trust, like Sound Hyundai. The used cars on the Sound Hyundai lot, carefully selected, top quality, late model cars. $299 down will put you behind the wheel today at Sound Hyundai in beautiful downtown Tukwila. Off the face-off, Birds controlling the puck. Stu Malgunas crossed to Simon over center ice, shoots it in the zone. First one to it, Farrell, clear it out to Jason Bowen. Bowen's pass blocked by Kosowski, put it right through the top of the circle, and nobody there for Seattle. Here comes Sherstenka back the other way. Over the blue line, leave it for Bowen. His shot goes over the crossbar. They hold it in the zone. It's Bowen with the puck. Flip it off the inboards. Check that, Rennie. Right wing corner, Farrell has it. Now put it right in front, deflecting up on Lorenz. He hangs on as he's down to both knees.
Went down on that play, but it was a good move in that particular instance as the puck was deflected in front. Rolled up his arm a little bit, and he was able to make the save. Originated in the corner on the pass by Farrell, and he let the shot go, and it would change direction in front of the net there. Lorenz able to trap it in his path.
How about the pace of the game, the flow of it right now? Who does it favor?
Right now it favors Tri-Cities. They're slowing things down. They're having Seattle play to their pace. Seattle's not freewheeling and not doing the things that they were doing early in that first period.
They've been bottling up the T-Birds a bit in their own zone. Seattle trying to clear it. Now they will. Off the glass and down the ice. No icing here. Back to get it, Jakes. Off the inboards, hits the brakes. Gets the pass out to Greg Spenrith. Overskates it, comes back to it. Now has it over the blue line, shooting it in. Put it to the right wing corner. First one to it, Bam Bam Bilodeau. Bilodeau for Seattle, out to Kevin Malgunas, off his stick and down the ice. And it's a foot race for it, and Victor Gervais is just clothesline coming across the blue line. And I don't believe we have a penalty called here, but my goodness, did he get corralled by either Jakes or Sandwith. Steve Jakes.
I think it was Jakes on that play, David. Gervais was cutting down the right side, and down he goes, and oh yeah, it was Jakes on the play. The captain of the Tri-City Americans, a goal and an assist so far in the series amongst other activity as well. And no call by referee Brad Davis, and the fans here in Seattle a little bit upset with that one.
Face-off upcoming after the icing call to Seattle.
Jake's a draft pick of the Los Angeles Kings, and he will be working in their farm club or maybe even in LA, depending, as he is probably going to be in Phoenix next year, because that's the location everybody's talking about that may get the LA Kings major affiliate.
What a natural location that is.
Perfect, perfect. A nice building and great fans down there, including Chet Buchanan.
Off the draw, backhander, and a save by Lorenz off the rebound. Reeves shoots, kick save by Lorenz. Now Spenrith tries to wrap around. He takes a pop from Stu Malgunas. Seattle's going to get a penalty here. Malgunas is going to get an elbowing call, and he'll go off for the Thunderbirds.
Tri-Cities will get their third power play opportunity. Great save by Danny Lorenz moments ago on Kyle Reeves as he was point blank in front of the Seattle goaltender. There's the stop. And on the rebound, he stops Reeves again. Just kicks that right leg pad out. And then moments after, the big elbow by Stu Malgunas. And the penalty is called. Tri-Cities with their third power play chance here. 2 goals, 5 assists for Stuart Malgunas. An outstanding playoff series, his first in his Western Hockey League career. Again, we've got to get something from the Prince George Chamber of Commerce one of these days, a native of Prince George, British Columbia.
You know, there's always been talk about maybe a Western Hockey League team up there. My goodness, they have enough talent to stock one.
I think they could very well, and the fans would certainly support it. They support their Spruce Kings up there pretty well over the last few years.
Power play for the Americans. They trail 4-0. Barnes has the puck. Put it right across. Poked away from Reeves by Bowe out to the point. Jakes holds it in. Now to Barnes. Right side circle McNutt. His shot blocked by Bowe. Diving to the ice. And Seattle clears it away to breakaway for Victor Gervais. Down the ice. Gervais in on goal. He shoots. Saved by Kolzig. He was held up coming over the blue line by Jakes. And here come the Americans back the other way. Big save by Olaf Kolzig. Barnes with a shot. Save is made. Off the rebound. Flipped over the top of the goal. Now Reeves puts it to the side of the net. Trying to get a shot away as Jakes. Can't. Spenrith to the point. McNutt fires one. Blocked in front. T-Birds. Vince Bowe has it. Kicks it ahead. And clears it to Victor Gervais. Got another breakaway. Gervais in on goal. Shorthanded. Shoots. Save is made and kicked away by Kolzig. He's robbed Gervais twice. And the whistle blows. And now Gervais having a conversation with Steve Jakes. Those two skate away from one another and now back towards, and they bump at center ice.
Victor Gervais, 2 breakaways, 2 stops by his future teammate, Olaf Kolzig. Both are draft picks of the Washington Capitals. Gervais cutting in. Watch Kolzig move with him, and oh, he's so big. He's got that great agility, and he was able to get that big left leg out and shut the door on Victor Gervais. 3 goals, 5 assists in this playoff series. He's been outstanding. Great save by Olaf Kolzig. 2 of them on the breakaways by Victor Gervais.
Waiting on the drop of the puck now, coming up to the left of Ole the goalie Kolzig. Minute 11 to go, and the penalty to Seattle's Stu Malgunas, and the Thunderbirds have had two great scoring chances, shorthanded, both breaks by Gervais. Off the draw, Chapman couldn't get a shot away, but Kosowski holds it in, fires one. That one, his stick was being held from behind by Lindsay, and the puck will come down to Levens. The shot went wide. Power play over the blue line. Levens has it poked, checked away, right back to Chapman. Birds right now in a very opportunistic mode as Chapman backhands it in the zone. Back to pick it up behind his own net, Scott Farrell. Farrell up the left wing, just off the outstretched stick of Kosowski. Get it ahead to Degner, now Lindsay. Lindsay to the goal line, puts the brakes on. Back to the point, Shersteka fakes the shot. Pass to Farrell, wrist shot, goes wide. Off the rebound, Seattle will clear it away. Levens was cleared out in front of the goal. And the puck is shot down the ice by the T-Birds. They'll make a line change. 29 seconds to go. Seattle shorthanded. Power play for Tri-Cities. Here come the Americans at his own blue line. Sherstenka ahead to Levens over the blue line. Lindsay with the pass. Off his stick to the sideboards. Backhands it to the point. Sherstenka cross now to Barnes. Flip it right in front. And they score! It goes off a stick or a body. Past Lorenz.
Scotty Levens, I think, changed the direction of that one as he was cutting in front of the net. We'll wait for the official call on it, but a power play goal for the Tri-City Americans, and they're back on the board in this hockey game after some good effort and a good pressure on Seattle after Seattle had just missed on two glowing plays. Shot comes from the blue line, and it'll change direction in front of the Lorenz. I think Levens gets a piece of it, and he does.
Yep.
Levens in front of the net to deflect that one and beat Lorenz to make it 4-1 on the power play. So the Spokane Washington native, Scotty Levens, connecting here for Tri-Cities to narrow the gap to 3.
And how big are those two shorthanded saves on breaks by Olaf Kolzig? Very big indeed. Off the faceoff, puck is shot down the ice by Seattle. Back to 5-on-5, 11:15 remaining in the period. Birds lead at 4-1, but Tri-Cities is on the board. Shooting is Nibs from the neutral zone. Stick save by Lorenz. Seattle will clear to the point, not out. Shot back into the goal line by Sandwith. Right there to pick it up, Stuart Malgunas. Brings it out now. Barnes picks off the puck. Overskates it, gets it back. Left wing boards at the circle. Stolen away by Goodall. Get it ahead to Kaniski. Here comes Big Al. Up the wing, trying to go around Rennie. Can't. Gets the puck again and shoots it off the glass in the zone. T-Birds make a wholesale line change. Backstopping at Kolzig. Bring it out to Sandwith. Now ahead for Nibs. Too far for him. Actually behind him. And Kosowski will just shoot it back in the zone. Barnes will pick it up. Bring it out to Bowen. Bowen firing it in the zone. He gets checked. Tri-Cities wants to make a line change. They will. Puck left off for Bilodeau for Seattle. Brings it up the left wing. Shoots it to the blue line in the zone. Seattle can't hold it in. Now Kosowski doesn't see the puck as he skated right over it. And Jakes will take it away. Get it to Degner. Off his stick, right to Dirksen, offside call. We'll take a break, 10-16 remaining in the second period. It's 4-1. Seattle leading Tri-Cities as tempers flare a little bit. Timeout on the Thunderbirds Broadcasting Network. Face-off is upcoming just outside the T-Bird blue line. 4-1 lead, Seattle on top, but Tri-Cities has notched the goal, and they've cut the lead to 3. T-Birds control off the draw and shot right in on goal from center ice by Stu Malgunas. Kolzig steers it away from Kevin Malgunas and then will poke the puck to Dan Sherstenka. He takes a hit from Chapman. Reeves will flip it high in the air and out to center ice, and with it right there is Darcy Simon to shoot it right back in the zone. Now Steve Jakes with the puck. Get it out to Lindsay. Lindsay fired up the left wing. First one to it will be McNutt for an offside call as soon as he shoots the puck.
Two-line pass as the pass originated behind the blue line and was picked up over the red line. Linesman Jay Shears making the call.
Fans, tonight's game is brought to you by Rainier Beer. Rainier Beer, the only beer.
Face-off will be brought back inside the Tri-City Americans blue line at the point of origination for the pass. The Tri-Cities bench. Peter Anholt with a 4-1 lead right now. 9:46 left to go in period number 2. Coached the Prince Albert Raiders last year in the Western Hockey League. This year, an outstanding season as head coach of the Seattle Thunderbirds.
Crowd is yet to really get into this game, Carlos.
A little subdued at this stage, although they do have the 4-1 lead. 4 Seattle goals coming in the first 5 minutes and 50 seconds of this hockey game.
Off the face-off, puck sent back to center ice by Tri-City. Shot over the line by Bilodeau and touched by Kevin Malgunas for another offside call. And this face-off will come back now into the Seattle zone. 9:38 remaining in second period action. 4-1 score.
Fans, are you concerned about the security of your home? Most of us are, but where do you turn for help? The answer is simple. Cartland Alarm. They are one of the oldest and most respected home security specialists in the Northwest. Call them today at 1-800-228-0456. Cartland Alarm and Communications, serving the Puget Sound region.
Tomorrow night, the Tacoma Stars take on their arch rivals, have been for many years now, the San Diego Sockers, live at 7:30, only on Prime Sports Northwest, your prime source for your favorite Northwest sports. Face off to the left of Lorenz. Goodall and McNutt on the draw, sent to the point, and a shot fired by Farrell, and that one sticks saved by Danny Lorenz. And Stevenson trying to clear the zone, does, and Barnes brings it over offside. Another face-off coming up. A lot of whistles now here.
Well, and that's because of the close checking put on by the Tri-City Americans, as they are doing a good job of not allowing Seattle to really get things going and freewheel, as they are throwing things into a defensive mode and just going to wait for their breaks. And right now, that's what they're going to have to do. They have a power play goal. Levens, his second of the playoffs from Barnes and McNutt at 8:34. That narrowed the gap to 3.
Don't take the risk and try to get it all back. Just chip away.
Exactly. You can't do it all in one shift, and they're just going to have to work at it. Still lots of time left.
Now Seattle with the puck center ice. Glenn Goodall just going to shoot it cross ice in the zone. Chasing after it, Kevin Barrett. He's steered away by Reeves. Barnes gets it ahead to McNutt. Checked by Goodall, but the puck right to Farrell. Up the right wing, Lindsay. Lindsay taken off the play by Stu Malgunas. Good defensive play there by the native of where else? Prince George, BC. Now Goodall brings it out to Kevin Malgunas. Backhander through the neutral zone. Right there to get it, Farrell. Skate back in his own zone. Drop it off for Barnes. Barnes sends it on the backhander to Farrell. Can't find the puck. Kevin Malgunas does. He's taken down. Oh, no call there. My goodness gracious. Now here comes Farrell. Back the other way for Tri-Cities. Over the T-Bird blue line. Has Lindsay ahead of him. Pass is picked off by Bowe. Vince Bowe sends it up the left wing to Goodall. Over the blue line. Offside called against Seattle, and fans not happy there with the no call, and Glenn Goodall is talking to Brad Davis about that right now.
He will have a few words for the referee on that one, as clearly taken down on the play was Malgunas. He would have been in the clear in the hash mark area in front of Olaf Kolzig and had a good scoring opportunity, but it did not get called.
And that's the kind of penalty the Tri-Cities would be willing to take here as we get another look at the play.
Malgunas down he goes. Maybe a little. It was Scotty Farrell holding him.
Off the face-off, it's Scherstenka. Scherstenka looking down the ice for Degner. Sent too far. Backstopped by Lorenz. Leave it off the inboards for Brent Bilodeau. Bilodeau for Seattle is checked by Degner. Right there to pick up the puck, Kozowski. Flip it up in the air all the way through the neutral zone. Bouncing, now rolling on its side. Back to get it, Scherstenka. First one to it. Send it off to Loring. Loring fires it to the blue line and out center ice. Dirksen one man to beat. Over the Seattle blue line. Now steers it back to the stripe, and the T-Birds will clear it away. Stu Malgunas is now checked by Dirksen. He still can't get a hold of the puck. Finally, Degner will. Who wants the puck? Degner says, I do. He'll shoot it in the zone. And Loring gets to it, sweeps it right out in front, and nobody there for Tri-Cities. Kozowski sends it off the skate of Vallis, right to Peter Nedved. 2-on-2 over the line. Nedved in the zone, leaving it off for Vallis. Poked away. Vallis holds it in. Sends it to the corner, taken down to the ice. And Tri-Cities will pick it up there in their own zone. Stu Barnes. Backhand pass to center ice. Going after it, Spenreth. Checked by Simon. Boy, have those two tangled a few times this year. Oh. Puck sent off the left wing boards by Seattle. Back down the ice, and icing is waved off now. T-Birds will hold it in. Victor Gervais skating around a pick right out front. Takes a shot, and penalty going to be called against Tri-Cities for high sticking here. And Gervais holding on to his face as he got a stick up high before he took the shot.
He did all of that as he was cutting across from the right face-off circle as we face it. Farrell picks up the puck behind the net, gets his pocket picked by Gervais, and then the stick is going to come up right here.
Oh, Barnes.
From Stu Barnes, gives him the high stick. Good heavens. 2 minutes. And it'll be the 6th power play opportunity for the Seattle Thunderbirds. Stu Barnes, no goals, 5 assists, 5 points. Center right wing is his position usually, but he's been playing defense the last couple games, as offensively he has been nullified by Seattle and mostly by Victor Gervais and Kevin Malgunas.
T-Bird fans, before or after each and every game, the place to get together with family and friends is Sneakers right by the Kingdome. Sneakers, the bar and restaurant for the sporting crowd. Waiting on the drop of the puck now. Goodall will take it with Steve Rennie. T-Bird power play off the face-off. Goodall gets it, sends it to the point. Gervais steering it away from Nibs, crossing out of Nedved. Back to the point. Stu Malgunas puts it off the end boards right to the goal line. Goodall putting it out front, and nobody there for Seattle, and Tri-Cities clear it back down to the neutral zone. Stu Malgunas there ahead for Goodall. Over the blue line, drops it off. Right side point at the board. Gervais has it knocked away by Sherstenka. Gets it back himself. Leave it for Stevenson. Goal line. Off the end boards with the pass now. Off to the point. All the way to the blue line. It's Nedved. Back to Stu Malgunas. Steers it away from Rennie. Get it to Nedved. Put it right in front on the stick of Steve Jakes. And here comes Jakes. Back the other way for the Americans. Up the left wing. He finds Rennie over the blue line. Drop pass. Looking for Jakes. Stolen away by Nedved. Seattle with the power play here. And here come the T-Birds. Nedved and Gervais now up the right wing. Pass to Goodall. Over the blue line. Hits the brakes at the right circle along the boards. Pass to the slot. Intercepted by Tri-Cities. It's Penrith shooting the puck down the ice. Minute to go in the man advantage. Lorenz clears it out to Peter Nedved. Spinning away from Penrith. Nedved hits the brakes behind his own goal. Stops it up there. He'll direct traffic from that point. Bring it up now on the left side. Skate back to the right around Levens. Pass up the right wing, get it on the stick of Bradzovich over the blue line. And a sweep check made and cleared away by Scott Farrell down the ice. Bilodeau skating back after it. Levens is going to hit him hard into the end boards. Bilodeau still with the puck, now trying to kick it to Vallis. Vallis helps out, gets the puck away. Seattle still with the power play for 27 seconds. Wasowski's pass is knocked away at his own blue line. Comes back to get it himself. Brings it through a couple of defenders. Now in front for Vallis, and a shot and a blocker pad save. And smothered by Olaf Kolzig. He'll hang on for a face-off. But good penalty killing so far by Tri-Cities.
Outstanding penalty killings by the Americans, and they have really come back in this hockey game.
Face-off will be coming to the right now of Kolzig. And off that shot taken, a blocker pad save. And down goes Ole the goalie to cover up and take no chance.
Kolzig has settled his team down as he has come in like a bulwark and just shut the door on the Seattle Thunderbirds. Two big saves on breakaways by Victor Gervais, and right after that, the Americans, after getting the benefit of those two saves, come back with the power play goal, and both those saves came while Seattle was shorthanded.
Don Blishen getting the start tonight. He was shaky in goal for Tri-Cities. If not for that, the Americans have played a pretty good hockey game.
Exactly. They had good pressure on Lorenz, but Blishen let in a couple questionable ones, and it cost them early.
Seattle can't hold the puck in at the point. Only 8 seconds to go in the power play. Back on side, Stu Malgunas. Down the wing now, Kevin Malgunas. Looking in front for Barrett. The pass was deflected away. Left wing corner. Back to 5-on-5. Penalties over. Barrett to Gervais. Flipping it back now, taken away by McNutt. He's going to be checked by Gervais. Barrett helping out. Again, puck in the corner. Trying to freeze it now. Tri-City. Seattle poking it free, but right to Steve Jakes. Jakes takes a hit from Kevin Malgunas. Puck comes to the blue line. They don't clear. Now off a stick and sent back to center ice by the Americans, and the T-Birds will pick it up there. Stu Malgunas has his pocket picked by Lindsay. Cross the line to Reeves. Reeves in front. Simon hanging on to him. Takes him down. Penalty coming up to the T-Birds. It'll be a penalty on Darcy Simon. A hooking call against Simon. Will take a break. 4:39 remaining. Second period action. 4-1. Seattle on top. Timeout. Thunderbirds Broadcasting Network. Power play coming up here for the Tri-City Americans as Darcy Simon goes off with a 2-minute minor for hooking, and only the goalie Kolzig down to our right. The south side of the arena has made an equipment adjustment. He's ready to go.
He's been outstanding since coming in relief of Don Blishen. Big power play for the Tri-City Americans. They connect here. It's a brand new hockey game.
Off the face-off, Jakes to Degner. Back to Jakes. Right side point. Cross to Barnes. Stops it with the skate in front. Degner with a shot and a save. Tough angle shot there. Lorenz comes up with it. Now puck in the corner at the goal line. Birds clear it away to Glenn Goodall. Goodall shoots it down the ice. Kolzig will backstop it. 1:35 remaining. Americans power play. They trail it 4-1. Here comes Reeves up the left wing. Seattle blue line. Puck knocked away by Bilodeau. He'll have to chase it down at the goal line. Steer it away from Levens, who ties him up with Spenrith. Coming in to help out as well, Reeves. They freeze it for a face-off with 3:59 remaining in the period. Again, it's a 4-1 game and 1:20 left in the power play to Simon.
Kyle Reeves, 63 goals in the regular season, and he was able to get a majority of those on the power play. So far in the playoffs, has not been totally effective as the Tri-Cities power play has been sputtering a bit, but he has 2 goals and an assist. Hasn't been able to position himself in that back door like he normally would be able to do, at least like he did so often during the regular season.
Scott Levens will be taking the face-off for the Americans. Glenn Goodall, T-Bird captain for Seattle. Big power play for Tri-Cities. They trail by 3 off the draw. T-Birds control it. Spenreth putting some muscle on Stu Malgunas, knocks the puck free. Levens takes a bad angle shot, stick save made. Reeves with the rebound to the point. Barnes, his shot, saved by Lorenz. Bilodeau trying to clear the puck out, can't. Reeves puts it out front, and the first one to get to it will be Victor Gervais. He'll flip it down the ice. Back to pick it up from the corner board, Stu Barnes. Barnes now steering it away from Glenn Goodall. Get it to Jakes. He's hit by Gervais. Barnes follows the play up, gets the puck, drops it over the line. Spenreth has to spin around to get it. Taken away by Goodall, shot back to center ice. 40 seconds to go. Jakes with the puck. Now across to Reeves, over the blue line, delayed offside, waved off. T-Birds clear the zone. One more time they'll have to set up, and Barnes' pass goes off of Goodall's skate. Stu Barnes up the left wing, fires a shot. That one goes high and off the glass over the head of Lorenz. Vince Boll will shoot the puck all the way down the ice, and Lindsay can't hold it in.
Good penalty killing by Seattle is not really a good scoring chance for the Tri-City Americans on this power play.
Birds forecheck shorthanded. Kevin Malgunas holding it in the corner. Only 5 seconds remaining in the power play. Here comes Lindsay up the left wing. Center ice going to flip it in the zone. Penalty is over. Birds have killed it off. Puck in their zone, however, takes a funky bounce off the boards. Degner looking for Lindsay in front. It went off his skate. One more time, and Lorenz clears that pass away. Now it's Lindsay at the end boards. Gets the puck to Degner. Degner skating out to the point with a shot by Farrell deflected wide. McNutt sends it again behind the Seattle goal. Lorenz will steer that one clear. First one to it, Lindsay. Send it along the board. Simon takes it away, clears it to the point, not out. Shot by Farrell. Bouncing right in front. Backhander by Lindsay, blocked. Farrell gets another try. Puts it right on the stick of Kosowski. He'll flip it himself back to the blue line of the Americans. 2:02 remaining in the period. Tri-City 1 for 4 as Kosowski comes up with the puck, leaves it for Kaniski. Kaniski has Ballas right in front, finds him, shot goes wide! And a penalty coming up to the Tri-City Americans, a cross-checking call. Seattle power play when we come back after this timeout. 4-1, T-Birds leading Tri-Cities in the timeout on the Thunderbirds Broadcasting Network.
Cross-checking minor called against the Tri-City Americans, and there you see it as down goes Al Kaniski on the 2-on-1 break. Power play for the Seattle Thunderbirds. It will be their 7th power play opportunity. They're 3 for their previous 6.
Birds control the face-off right through the slot. Gervais has the puck knocked away, and Rennie shoots it back down the ice. In his own end to pick it up, Stu Malgunas. Bring it out to Stevenson. Turner Stevenson, cross ice, too far for Nedved. Sandwich steers it away from Peter Nedved. And back to get it is Glenn Goodall. Give it off to Stu Malgunas. Checked by Nibs. Down he goes to the boards. Puck underneath of him, and whistle blows with 1:27 to go in the period. 1:37 left in the penalty. Our guest between periods tonight will be Brian Shaw. Brian Shaw, the chairman of the board of the Western Hockey League. He'll be our guest on both radio and television. Fans, there's never been a better time to buy a new Hyundai Excel than right now. Sound Hyundai has them. Beautiful Excels. And when you buy one, you'll get $1,000 back from the factory. See T-Bird superfan Lynn Skilling and his expert staff today at Sound Hyundai in Tukwila. Back to action. Ballas down the right wing. Puts it off the skate of Barnes to the right side corner boards. Barnes there, kicks it away from Ballas, but Gervais gets the puck. Now he's checked by Rennie. Comes right to Ballas off the end boards. Steers it away from Barnes, still controlling the puck. Barnes pins him to the boards now. Gervais and Goodall helping out. Rennie gives Goodall a pop and comes up with the puck. Here comes Steve Rennie, shorthanded, looking ahead for Lindsay. Check that, it was Terrence Sandwood, couldn't find him, but again, Nibs comes up with the puck, puts it right in front of the Seattle goal, and there to get it for the T-Birds, Ballas. A headman pass to Goodall. Over the blue line, shooting it in. Birds will play dump and chase. 45 left in the period, and they'll have to chase the puck back down in their own end as Jake shoots it down the ice. Stop is made by Lorenz, give it off to Bilodeau. Brent Bilodeau ahead to Brad Zawisza. Zawisza steers it away from Bilodeau, and he'll bring it up himself now with a pass to Vince Boll. Bo cross center ice, tied up by Spenrith. Puck taken away by Sherostinka. Now Spenrith shoots it to Rennie, and touched by Bo over the line for a delayed offside against the Seattle Thunderbirds. 22 seconds remaining in the period, and a 4-1 score, Seattle on top.
And 32 seconds remaining in the minor to Scott Farrell, so if Seattle does not connect before the end of the period, they still have 10 seconds of overlapping power play time to start the third. A period that has been very evenly played, and maybe even a little bit of the edge to the Tri-City Americans, and they've got the only goal in the period so far at 8:34. Levens, his second on the power play from Barnes and McNutt. And at that point, it was 4-1, and it's stayed that way throughout the remainder of the period.
Drop of the puck coming up just outside the blue line. Controlled by Seattle. Back to Vince Boll. Sends it too far for Bilodeau up the wing. Taken away by Jake. Shot to center ice. Bilodeau picks it off there, but Zawisza is caught over the line. He'll have to get back on side. He does. Kosowski brings it over the stripe. Sends it to the corner boards. Kevin Malgunas, first one there for Seattle. Right out front, looking for Zawisza. It's covered by Kolzig. He is spun away. His stick is, and Kolzig wants a piece of Kevin Malgunas.
He's going after him a little bit. Now Jakes is being grabbed by the linesman and pointing the finger at Malgunas with the stick up. Put the stick down. I think he's trying to signify what he thought occurred on that play. It was an innocent play in front of the net. And what occurred, Kolzig did not like having that situation occur in his goal crease area, and he took umbrage at it and decided to take things into his own hands to send the message. Greg Spenrith discussing matters regarding the stick situation with Brad Davis, and Davis saying in front of the net, Kevin Malgunas, and it was right after that, and then Kolzig tries to go after him. The linesman grabs him, and then Jakes gets into the melee as well.
Jakes is gone right now. We'll see what the penalty call is to him. As now Brad Davis comes
Kevin
over.
Malgunas gone as well. Steve Jakes going off into the Tri-City locker room area. 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 points so far in the series for the captain of the Tri-City. Oh, the door's locked. He's not going to be able to get in.
Well, somebody will open that up for him, and he'll be able to get in momentarily. The whole team will be in there in 3 seconds. That's how much time we have left here in the second period of play.
Offsetting minors for delay of game to Kevin Malgunas and to Steve Jakes. So they will both have an early exit here in the period with 3 seconds left in period 2.
Waiting on the drop of the puck coming up. To the left of Ole, the goalie, Kolzig. He has been terrific since coming into spell. A beleaguered Donnie Blishen. Drop of the puck controlled by Seattle. Bo can't take a shot. Fans on it right at the horn. And that will do it for the second period of play. T-Birds still up by 3 goals, but Tri-City has notched a marker up on the board. We'll go over scoring for the period when we come back after this timeout on both radio and TV. 4-1, Seattle leading Tri-Cities on the Thunderbirds Broadcasting Network. Dave Ackerley and Carlos Sosa back now at the Seattle Center Arena. Thunderbirds still leading by a score of 4-1 after 2 periods of play. They led 4-0 about 6 minutes into the hockey game, and since then it's been a dry spell for Seattle, and Tri-Cities, Carlos, has come back and notched a goal here in the second period.
An excellent period of hockey. The Tri-City Americans really shutting down the Seattle Thunderbirds in that period and getting the only goal in the period. They weathered the storm early on that remaining 3 minutes and change on that 5-minute major penalty that slopped over from period 1. Seattle had a couple chances. Kolzig came up big during that 5-minute major, but a big lift for them, and they played super after that.
Victor Gervais had 2 breakaways during the penalty, and Kolzig stopped him cold on both, and then they picked up the goal in the power play. Seattle was short-handed when Gervais had those 2 chances, but the power play goal then for the Tri-City Americans.
Kolzig was unbelievable on both those plays, as Gervais had great opportunities, 2 of them within the same power play for Tri-Cities. Good short-handed chances, but Kolzig was equal to the task to make things happen. Levens then connected at 8:34 of the second period for the only goal for Tri-Cities in the hockey game. And then the shot was taken from the point area. Levens is cutting across in the goal crease area, and he just taps it in on the deflection to beat Danny Lorenz. It was a power play goal for the Tri-City Americans at 8:34 to narrow the gap to 3. And signified pretty much what happened in that period for Tri-Cities. They dominated, although the shots do not totally reflect that. Shots in the period, 13 for Tri-Cities, 11 for Seattle.
All right, when we come back, a conversation with the governor from the Portland Winterhawks and the Western Hockey League chairman of the board, Brian Shaw. That's straight ahead after 2 periods. Seattle leading the Tri-City Americans 4-1. And we'll be back after this timeout between periods. Thunderbirds Broadcasting Network.
Back once again here at the Seattle Center Arena with the score, Seattle 4 and the Tri-City Americans 1. My name is Carlos Sosa, and our guest here in between periods, the chairman of the board of the Western Hockey League. He's also the president and general manager and owner, a man of many titles, of the Portland Winterhawks, Brian Shaw. And Brian, let's get it out of the way. The league came down with its ruling regarding the incident last Saturday. Rick Kozuback, the coach of the Tri-City Americans, is only a home coach now.
Well, I think the league had to do something. You know, we haven't had an incident like that in the last 20 years that I can recall. And I think that after you've had a chance to review things, cooler heads prevailed. And we certainly didn't want to do anything to harm the players on the Tri-City team. And we felt that in view of what we'd seen on the tapes, that we had no other alternative but to suspend Mr. Kozuback, particularly for the games that are on the road, because that's where the problem existed.
And as far as the situation, the league took its time. There were no rash decisions, an immediate suspension of both of them, but they were termed as indefinite, a couple of the players for Tri-Cities and for Rick Kozuback. But that was in order to review things and then come up with the ultimate decision.
Well, it's a very important decision into the playoffs, and we had a look at the tape, so I think almost 2 o'clock in the morning, and then sent them to the vice president of the league in Calgary. And there was no need to make a big rush decision on it, and I think that because they did take their time, I think they came up with the right decision.
Let's look at the playoff series so far in this early playoff season. The Spokane Chiefs, Kamloops Spokane goes up there and steals one from Ken Hitchcock.
Well, that, I think, was a surprise. I don't think it's as much Spokane stole it, I think, as much as young Ferguson, the goaltender, stole it. I watched the 2 games in Spokane, and it was a question of Ferguson against Spokane, and he almost stood alone. And in the first game, he had 63 shots on him, and they got 4 by him. Just played incredible, and I think that, you know, Kamloops, that loss, I think, woke Kamloops up, and they're playing extremely well right now, and it's going to be very difficult for Spokane to stay with them. They've got just so much depth. You know, Carlos, they've got Clayton Young on their 4th line. He's a 50-goal scorer.
Yes, he is, and a team full of stars, and one of the jobs for Ken Hitchcock is to keep everybody happy on that club, I would think.
Well, I don't imagine that he's going to be able to keep everybody happy. And what about those 5 16-year-olds that don't even get on the ice? Some of them don't even get dressed. But, I mean, you can't knock it. He's in first place, and they're doing very well.
All right, we're going to be back with more with the general manager of the Portland Winterhawks, the chairman of the board of the Western Hockey League, with the score, Seattle 4 and Tri-City 1. This is the Thunderbird Broadcast Network. Back once again here at the Seattle Center Arena with the score, Seattle 4 and Tri-City Americans 1. We're in between the 2nd and 3rd period, and our guest, the governor of the Portland Winterhawks and the chairman of the board of the Western Hockey League, Brian Shaw. And Brian, Portland Winterhawks, a tough year for your team. A lot of injuries in the early going, but I got to believe that there's a lot of work going on right now. You have some work here watching the playoffs, representing the league here in this particular series, but a lot of work going on.
Well, we have to, Carlos. I think I have to accept the responsibility for the bad year. We just didn't provide the talent for the coach to put together a winning team. Certainly we had some injuries, and that put us behind the 8 ball. But after we got over those injuries, we didn't play as well as we had hoped, and obviously we didn't have enough talent. So we've got some good, exciting young people coming in. Of course, in the rollover draft, we took Matt Sundin because we were tipped off that if he doesn't play for the Quebec Nordiques, he will be happy to come and play in Portland. And that would be a real shot in the arm for us. You know, he was the #1 draft choice in the world last year. But we're not just counting on that. We've got to make some moves. We're prepared to make some moves and move some veteran hockey players. And come out almost like a rebuilding year again, but it's going to be an exciting year, and we've got some very, very good young talent. I just hope that it's not too young.
Now, Portland in the past has had some European players. They had a Swede a couple years ago who played for them, and you've not been shy about getting European players. Now with Peter Nedved making the impact he's made on the Western Hockey League, is that going to start being a trend maybe 9 or 10 years after the NHL, that the WHL will be importing some players?
Well, I think that it's been a trend right along. We just haven't been able to come up with a Nedved or a Star. The one that we got, we've had 3 players out of Sweden. A great success with Thomas Buer, who was an all-star in our league, and we'll take a player from anywhere we can get him right now. You know, the crunch is on. The colleges are recruiting in our areas, so we've got to take players, and the world is getting smaller and smaller. You know, it's just a 8 or 9 hour airline flight, and you've got your player here. But certainly our preference, let's not kid ourselves, our preference is to have North American hockey players, and if there's 2 players of equal caliber and one's a North American, we're going to take him.
What about expansion? A lot of talk. There's been some talk about Tacoma. Groups interested there. There's been talk about Eugene. Very seriously, in the Western Division, is it going to happen here nearby?
Well, I would be surprised if we don't expand to Tacoma this coming season. I think it would be an ideal place to have a hockey franchise, and the executive committee of the league, in essence, have kind of put their stamp of approval on it, and it will come up, I'm sure, at a league governor's meeting, which was scheduled tentatively for the 23rd of April. But I can see both Tacoma coming in this year and Eugene the following year, which would be ideal.
Well, Brian, I want to thank you for being our guest. Always a pleasure to talk to you. It's an early summer for you, or spring if you will, but that's not too often the case with the Winter Hawks. We wish you the best of luck next season.
Thank you, Carlos.
All right, Brian Shaw, our guest here in between periods 2 and 3. We'll be back with more and the Scoreboard Show here in moments on the Thunderbirds Broadcast Network.
Dave Ackerley and Carlos Sosa back now, Seattle Center Arena. 1 period to go, and for the Tri-City Americans, they've got a ways to come back still. They've played good hockey, especially towards the end of the first period and all through the second period. And Carlos, you made a good point about Tri-Cities really dominating the flow of the game and playing it to their pace. A little bit slower as the Thunderbirds come on the ice, and now here come the Americans.
Well, the Tri-City Americans in that period just controlled things. They outshot Seattle 13-11. Totals in the game so far, Seattle 26 shots and Tri-Cities 22, as the Americans take the ice, and they are making an excellent game out of it, as they have not given up. 13-11, Tri-City out shooting Seattle. Power plays in the period, 0 for 2 for the Thunderbirds, 1 for 2. Their only goal in the hockey game is Levens connected for his second of the playoffs from Barnes and McNutt at 8:34. So what Tri-Cities has to do, and what they'd like to do, kill off the remaining 10 seconds of the penalty to Scott Farrell, and then get going and try and get one quick here, because they still have to pick up 3 to tie this one. And now that center ice, Brad Davis, the fans here in Seattle, sunglasses, huh? You gotta wonder, are getting ready to get things going here in the second period. And here are some diehards, good heavens, and they're not even goalies.
Look at that Northwest Native American motif on the face there.
Yes, it is. I feel like it's the salmon bake over on Bainbridge.
Couple of totem pole buddies.
And they are into it here in Seattle, and they go behind a taciturn Peter Anholt. And here's a gentleman who's never taciturn, the voice of the Seattle Thunderbirds, Dave Ackerley.
Salmon bake, my goodness, off the face-off. Here comes Stu. It does, off the face-off. Malgunas shoots it in, and then Stu Barnes fires it right back down the ice for a stop by Lorenz. Give it off to Malgunas. His clearing pass out of the zone, blocked by Nibs. Goes off the end boards. First one to it, Darcy Simon. Simon fires it ahead for Kaniski. Kaniski now looking up the right wing for Stevenson. His pass is picked off by Barnes. Sends it back to the T-Bird blue line. Bowen touches it, 2-line pass. Called against Tri-Cities. Let's bring up the old cliche one more time. Next goal in the game.
It is a big one. Seattle gets it, and it's going to be very difficult. Tri-Cities gets it, and they will be in the hunt to try and get back in this one, and hopefully for them, send it into overtime. Faceoff will be just inside the Tri-City Americans blue line. The goal tended by Olaf Kolzig, who has been outstanding since coming in relief of Donnie Blishen at the 5:50 mark of period number 1, when the score was 4-0 in favor of Seattle.
You don't expect Seattle to sit on this lead.
No, they have got to gun. They cannot sit there and go into a shell, because that is exactly what Tri-Cities would want. in order to take advantage of opportunities offensively.
Americans have the puck behind their own goal. Stu Barnes going to bring it out to center ice, off of Rennie's stick, back over the blue line, and Brad Zavisha picks it up, gives it off to Gervais, looking for Vallis. The pass is behind him. Vallis was in a little bit deep, and it comes to Bowen. Bowen can't clear. Gervais takes it away, can't find Vallis again. And just not connecting there as they get a couple of breaks in the zone. Puck shot back in by Seattle and backstopped by Kolzig. Give it off to Barnes. Again, the pass is deflected away by Gervais, but taken by Nibs and shot to center ice. Dropped down out of the air by Bo, shoots it back in. Nibs will bring it up the right wing for Tri-Cities, over center ice. Poked away by Zavisha, back to Bo at his own blue line. Stick handling with the puck over the stripe onside to Gervais. Flip it off right wing boards, now balanced with a wrist shot glove and dropped behind the net by Kolzig. Cleared to the blue line, not out. Bo, trouble controlling it, put it right in front, off the stick of McNutt. Here they come with a 2-on-2. It's Reeves, his pass picked off by Bo. Sent back over the blue line and brought in offside by McNutt. And a face-off upcoming just outside the Seattle blue line.
Bill Lindsay had not cleared the zone on that particular play. And as far as that was concerned, it created the offside. Olaf Kolzig, 11 saves. He stopped them all in the second period. And he has been Mr. Zero since coming in for the Tri-City Americans. Lorenz had 12 saves in that second period, giving up but the one power play goal by Levens. 9-1, Lethbridge beating Saskatoon. Boy, do we look good.
We'll ignore that.
We will. We're going to have to.
Big win tonight, though, for Lethbridge, as they are game not over, but they will pick up the win, leading 9-1 at home.
Yeah, I would think so.
You would hope so, with a team like that. Puck shot down the ice, and an icing call against Seattle, touched by Farrell.
And the Stars in Regina, Sillinger and Mick and those guys are doing the job up in Prince Albert with that 5-3 lead.
Scott Farrell, former Spokane Chief, was with Lethbridge for a little while. Understand, he did a period of play-by-play this year on the Tri-City broadcast. Wants to do that someday.
Well, he might be up here next year. You never know. This Sunday, 8 p.m. Be sure to catch the competition of Volvo Tennis from Chicago at 8 p.m. right here on your Prime Network for Sports, Prime Sports Northwest.
Puck is drawn down the ice by Tri-Cities, and Farrell has to chase it down at his own goal line. Bring it out now, held in by Bo, picks it off right in front, looking for Goodall. They couldn't connect. Kolzig went down. And here come the Americans back the other way. Big break there for Tri-Cities. Seattle had that one set up, weren't able to connect. And here come the Thunderbirds back the other direction. A pass going astray, back to Bilodeau. He'll shoot it in onside, off the end boards. Terrence Sandwich setting up shop in his own zone. Bring it up now, the left wing. Finds McNutt. His pass right on the stick, up the right wing, over center ice, down the blue line, Lindsay. Lindsay puts the brakes on, down he goes, in the corner, puck taken away by Stu Malgunas. Steered back to center ice and shot right back in by Terrence Sandwich. Tri-Cities will make a line change of their forwards. And now here comes Stevenson ahead to Goodall for Seattle. Flip the puck in the air into the zone. T-Birds will likewise make a line change. Sandwich gets it at his own goal line. Out to the blue line, not out of the zone. Held in by Vallis. Puck goes in front of him. Sherstenka first one to it. Gates now behind his own goal. Hit hard by Vallis. The puck comes to Barrett. His shot goes wide through the crease. Birds forechecking well. Barrett now. Get it behind the goal. Too far for Vallis. Penalty coming up to the Americans. It'll be a roughing call against Tri-Cities and a power play for Seattle.
Thunderbirds with a great chance here to increase their lead and maybe take a little wind out of the Tri-City sails, which have been flowing freely here since the second period. Sherstenka going off for roughing at 2:59, and the Thunderbirds will have their 8th power play opportunity. Dan Sherstenka, defenseman for the Tri-City Americans. He will sit there until Seattle scores or 2 minutes expires, whichever occurs first. Face-off coming up to the left of Olaf Kolzig.
Drop of the puck. Gervais will take it for Seattle. Now Steve Jakes having a conversation with Stu Barnes, pretty emphatic about something. And they're setting up the penalty kill situation. McNutt takes the face-off. Gervais wins it, but it goes right to Nibs, who skittered right through there, the right place at the right time, and he shoots the puck down the ice. Backstopping it, Lorenz. Give it off to Stu Malgunas. T-Bird defenseman. Stick handling with it, across the blue line, up to center ice. Victor Gervais fires a shot, stick save, Kolzig. Now Jakes in the corner, checked by Gervais. Kevin Malgunas in there as well. Gervais gets the puck to the point, Nedved. Cross to Malgunas, shoots, and a save. Hung on to by Kolzig. And now Jakes and Gervais collide, and Jakes holding his face, and
he got an errant stick on that particular collision as he was going right after Gervais. They crashed. Stick came up, and Jakes got the worst of that one. What's that about where angels fear to tread? Well, you got to wonder. As Jakes, after the play expires, the shot comes from the point. Save is made by Kozuback. Jakes crashes in to Victor Gervais, and the stick comes up. 1:32 left in the penalty to Dan Scherstenka.
Steve Jakes was definitely not trying to wheel around Victor Gervais.
No, and the whistle had clearly blown, and he wasn't going up there to say hello either.
Face off to the left of Kozuback. 16:33 remaining. Regulation time. 1:32 left on the penalty clock. And the penalty to Dan Scherstenka. Off the draw, puck goes right through the slot, and Seattle will chase it down wide at the left side goal line. To the point, Nedved is Stu Malgudis. His shot deflected in front. Puck loose, Gervais pokes at it, can't get his shot away. Now Nedved picks up the loose stick, spinning away at the point. Along the right wing boards to Brad Zawisza. Back to Peter Nedved. Nedved cross to Malgudis. Fans on the shot. Now we'll just flip it to the corner. Gervais has it taken away there by Barnes. Shot to the blue line, not out. Nedved holds it in to Malgudis. Now cross to Brad Zawisza. Set it off the right side boards to Kevin Malgudis. Back to Zawisza. Now to Stu Malgudis right in front. And a shot that goes wide. It was deflected by Gervais wide of the mark. They have that one set up tic-tac-toe. Left side, corner boards now. Gervais, Zawisza, and the puck underneath Stu Barnes. Whistle blows, face-off. 15:48 remaining in regulation time. 4-1 Seattle leading.
Good work by the Thunderbirds, but unable to connect as Tri-Cities is doing the job of clogging up that slot area, not letting Seattle get that in-close shot.
Fans, with the Memorial Cup competition starts to heat off, cool off with an ice-cold, refreshing Rainier beer.
Face-off will be coming to the right of Olaf Kolzig. 47 seconds remaining in the minor to Dan Scherstenka tomorrow night from the Coliseum in Tri-Cities. Can't wait. 7:30 p.m. in Kennewick. Game 6 of the Western Hockey League playoffs.
Puck is shot down the ice now by Scott Farrell. Backstop by Lorenz, leaving for Goodall. He'll just drop it back behind the Seattle goal. Bam, bam, Bilodeau. Headmans it up the right wing, blue line, now center ice. Kosowski still with the puck in the circle. Skates around behind the goal. And he'll bring it out himself through the left circle to the blue line with a pass to Bo. Bo takes a wrist shot, deflected off a nib stick, taken by Rennie, and shot down the ice. Time running out. T-Bird power play. 15 seconds left in the man advantage as Lorenz leaves it off now behind the goal for Bilodeau. Bilodeau will flip it out, fanning a bit on the pass, but gets it ahead to Vallis. Lindsey Vallis skating hard, fires a shot and a kick stave off the skate of Kolzig. Now Sandwith hit hard by Vallis. Penalty is coming up now, and we'll see what the penalty is against. The checking from behind call.
I think it's on Lindsey Vallis, and it is. So Tri-Cities will have their 5th power play opportunity, and another big power play for the Americans. They need to connect on this one.
Vallis came barreling down the wing after the shot and put a shoulder in, and a little bit more. Referee Brad Davis says Vallis 4 goals, 3 assists, 7 points in the series so far, and T-Birds will be shorthanded now.
Tri-Cities needs to connect on this one if they want to come back in this hockey game. 15 minutes exactly left in regulation, and they trail by 3. Danny Lorenz resting a little bit, not much action down at his end in the early going of this, the 3rd period. Face-off just outside the Americans' blue line.
Waiting on the drop of the puck, Reeves and Victor Gervais. It's won by Seattle, sent back to Stu Malgudis. He'll flip it off the boards in the zone. Quickly taken by Jakes. Now up to Reeves, right wing center ice. Skating across the T-Bird blue line, drop pass Levin, shoots it off the end boards, left wing corner, goal line. Chapman pokes it away from McNutt, gets it right to Stu Malgudis. Now flip it ahead to Simon. Simon will just whack the puck down the ice. Good golf shot there as Kolzig tries to steer it away from Chapman. Chapman lost his balance. He wasn't able to center a pass. Now Gervais hovering in front, gets the puck. He shoots. Saved by Kolzig on the rebound. It's cleared out. Oh, my.
Great save by Olaf Kolzig again while Seattle's shorthanded.
3rd time tonight he has robbed Gervais in a shorthanded situation. Now Jakes with a shot. That one goes wide. Lorenz was screened. Reeves to the blue line. Barnes has it poked away by Gervais. Gervais down the right wing, still has it. Angle cut off, gets in front, can't take the shot away, taken down. Jakes is going to get a penalty here.
Holding should be the call, and it is. There it is. As down goes Gervais. Moments from having yet another breakaway after having the great shot before that where Kolzig made the save. Gervais trying to cut in, and then the big wraparound by Steve Jakes. And if you look up holding in the dictionary, you'll see a picture that looks just like that. Faceoff will be to the right of Kolzig. That'll nullify the remaining minute 6 seconds in the Tri-City Americans power play. Big save by Olaf Kolzig. Victor Gervais talking about it there as he gets the loose puck in front of the net, and Kolzig, he's big and he's agile, and that's a great combination for a goaltender, and he showed why there.
Drop of the puck, controlled by Seattle, skating 4-on-4. Now Bilodeau with a shot, deflected, and no goal. Referee Davis washed it off. That one hit the post. No goal. He was right there to say no, it hit the post. On a deflection right in front from Goodall. Now here come the Americans back the other way. Degner up the wing. Has it poked away by Bilodeau. Right to Bo. Dangerous pass out all the way back down the ice. Sherstinka can't hold it in. Who's going to get there first? Kolzig will. Cleared away from Goodall. But Zavisha takes the shot. Kolzig out of position. It deflects off the inboard glass. Goodall forechecking. Has it taken away by Degner. Degner out to center ice. Now up the left wing. Still 4-on-4 over the blue line. Has the puck. Put it to Lindsay for a shot. And a save made by Lorenz. Here come the Birds. A lot of skating room now. Kosowski up the right wing for Seattle over the blue line. Still has the puck. Checked by Rennie and by Barnes. Gets it again himself. Along the end boards. Checked at the sideboards. Poked at by Barnes once, twice. Comes back to Stu Malgunas for a shot. Save. Off the rebound. Goodall taken down by Sandwich. He couldn't get a shot away. Now Sandwich falls to the ice. Puck clear to the point, not out. Nedved has it. Steers it in front to Ballas. Ballas can't get a shot away. Behind the goal. Still has it. Stick handling. Around the horn. Out to Stu Malgunas. Blue line. In front. Deflected. Now Kosowski on the rebound. Takes a cup angle shot. Goodall gets a try. And a save by Kolzig. Stu Malgunas. Now to Nedved. Cross to Kosowski. Wrist shot. Save by Ole the goalie. Oh, what a save. But a penalty call. It's going to be against Tri-City.
What an exhibition of goaltending by the #1 draft pick of the Washington Capitals, Olaf Kolzig. Outstanding as he made 2 or 3 saves, and a standing ovation given by the Seattle fans for Olaf Kolzig. Kozowski point blank, and this was just the end of the barrage that Olaf Kolzig had to endure moments ago, and he was brilliant in goal, keeping Tri-Cities in this hockey game. But now, 2-man advantage for Seattle for the next 2 minutes. I'm sorry, for the next 34 seconds with the minor to Terrence Sandwich.
T-Bird fans want to see Seattle score a goal, but giving Kolzig a well-deserved round of applause.
The initial barrage is Kolzig getting the leg pad on it. Another save, yet another on Goodall, and another on Lindsay Vallis. He was brilliant.
4-1 score, 2-man advantage. Thunderbirds off the faceoff. Tri-City wins it. Farrell checked by Stevenson. Puck comes to Victor Gervais. Skates it out front. Down to Nedved. Wrist shot. Great glove save by Kolzig as he deflects that one off the end glass. Now out to Nedved. Cross to Stu Malgunas. Takes a shot. Deflected in front. Nedved trying to get wood on it. Does. Steers it to Zavisha. Back to Peter Nedved. Cross now. Looking for Stu Malgunas. Puts the brakes on. Hangs on to it himself. Gets it to Zavisha for a shot that goes wide. Another one by Stu Malgunas. That goes wide of the mark as well. Birds are peppering now. Zavisha to Gervais. Out front. Nobody clear to hold it in. And getting the puck is Rennie. Steers it ahead to Farrell. Farrell can't find it center ice. Nedved will just drop it back, and the first one to it. Turner Stevenson over the blue line on the left side for Seattle. Stevenson winds up. Puts a long wrist shot across the crease area, and that one goes wide as well. Held in by Nedved. Flip pass. Stu Malgunas takes a wrist shot. Blocked by Sherstinka off the deflection to the end boards. 1:04 left in the T-Bird power play, and the puck is sent ahead for Rennie. Rennie breaking down the left wing now over the blue line. Puts it across looking for Barnes. Barnes winds up. Shot. Save is made. Off the rebound. Birds cleared away. Zavisha up the right side. Oh, what a game we got now. Stevenson over the blue line with the puck. Can't take a shot. Spun around. Jakes gets it away. Clears it to the blue line. Not out. Nedved checked by Rennie. Check that. It's Nibs, and down goes Peter Nedved. Nibs steering the puck away. Get it to Jakes. Jakes down to Barnes. He's going to fire it down the ice. Back to pick it up, Bilodeau. Bilodeau leave it off behind his own end boards now. Get it to Kosowski up the left wing. Pass ahead for Vallis. Steers it away from Barnes, but it goes too far. Jakes takes it away. 20 seconds left in the power play. This is going to give a lift to Tri-Cities if they can kill it off. Now Nibs is taken down. Puck right wing corner. T-Bird zone. Kicked away by Bo to the side of the goal and steered off by Lorenz to Goodall. Get it up to Vallis. 7 seconds left in the power play. Vallis ahead for Kosowski. On his stick over the line. He shoots. Save. Rebound cleared away by Kolzig. Letting nothing through right now. Penalty is over. They have killed it off. The Birds have peppered the goal, but Kozuback has been tough. Now Kosowski with a shot. Kick saved by Kozuback. Nothing's getting by him now. And they shoot the puck down the ice right on goal.
Kozuback has been unbelievable, single-handedly keeping Tri-Cities in the game.
Now they forecheck and hold the puck in. Spenrith tried to center it to Kyle Reeves and wasn't able to get on the pass. Now Spenrith again, right in front. Reeves checked by Ballas. Puck is loose. Bull clears it ahead through the neutral zone and back down the ice. Icing waved off. 10:07 to go in this one. With the puck ahead comes Farrell. Seattle 3 of 11 on the power play. They were 3 of 5, but they have gone 0 for 6 since early in the first period. Now puck shot over the blue line, and we got a penalty called. It's going to be a tripping call. This one may go against the T-Birds. We'll take a timeout. 9:56 remaining in regulation time. It's 4-1. Seattle leading. Timeout. T-Birds Broadcasting Network. Kevin Barrett in the penalty box for Seattle picks up a 2-minute penalty for tripping, and Seattle captain Glenn Goodall talking with the linesman now, getting ready for the face-off, but the T-Birds will have to come up with a big penalty-killing effort now.
They will, as Tri-City has to be inspired after the goaltending clinic being put on by Olaf Kozuback moments ago.
Off the draw, Stu Malgunas off the inboards. Check, puck comes to McNutt. He takes a shoulder from Darcy Simon, and he steers the puck now to Stu Malgunas. Checked by Spenrith, tying it up on the inboards. Whistle blows for a face-off. It's poked free, but after the whistle had already blown. That's not to take anything away, Carlos, from Danny Lorenz.
No, he's been outstanding tonight as well, but most of the action's been down to our left here the last few moments. Have you noticed when Peter Nedved's been on the ice tonight, which has been on the power play for the most part, he has not taken a shot, but he certainly has made the passes. I cannot remember one shot on goal taken, and that's got to be because of the finger injury that he has, but he sure is able to handle the puck still.
Waiting on the drop of the puck, Seattle zone. Won by Reeves. Get it out now to Barnes. Fires a shot. Kicked out of there by Lorenz. Simon steers it to the blue line, not out. Barnes holds it in again. His shot is off his skate. Victor Gervais clears the puck down the ice. Minute 33 to go in the power play for Tri-Cities. Jakes now ahead to McNutt. His pass, a bad one, taken away by Goodall. Shoots, and another stick save by Kozuback. He has stopped them all this period. He has stopped every shot since coming in the hockey game. Jake's pass out of the zone, deflected off a Seattle stick, taken by Goodall, loses control. McNutt gets it ahead to Reeves, fires a shot, glove save, juggle, and hung on to by Lorenz on his derriere.
Shot taken from just inside the circles. There's pushing and shoving. Just inside the blue line, rather, is pushing and shoving behind the Seattle net, but nothing will come of that. Coming in over the line is Kyle Reeves. Winds up for the big slapper, telegraphing it to everybody, and Lorenz picks that one out of the air like he's picking winners at Longacres and makes a save. Face-off will be coming up to his left. The reviews are in, Dave, and the critics are singing the praises of that new 1990 Hyundai Sonata. The Sonatas are loaded, and talk about performance 0 to 60 faster than the Honda Accord. See the fine folks at Sound Hyundai for a test drive of the all-new Sonata.
Off the draw, still power play. Lindsay with the puck, end board. Steers it off the boards, right to Levens. Levens spinning away from a defender. Get it back to Degner. Checked by Stu Malgunas. Puck loose. Corner at the goal line, right side. Flipped behind the Seattle goal. Cross for it now. Chapman steering it out now to Kosowski. Poked away from him, right to Lindsay. Lindsay on the backhand. Steers it to the point. Farrell. His wrist shot. Saved by Lorenz. Cleared away to Kosowski. Has it stolen by Lindsay. His shot as Lorenz was caught way out. Goes wide. Now Levens. Left wing corner. Get it to Degner. Degner to the blue line. It's Dirksen. His shot is going to Farrell. It was blocked off the rebound. Another shot and a save. Now Degner with a shot goes wide. Rebound, they score! Lindsay from Degner. And it's a 4-2 game.
Big goal for Tri-Cities after tremendous effort in front of Danny Lorenz, as Thunderbirds were blocking shots, but not enough. And give credit to the Americans as hard work paid off big time then. A power play goal, shot taken. First by Degner, save. Rebound Lindsay, and he bangs it in. Bill Lindsay getting the goal. Time of this one will be 11:39. A power play goal, and Tri-Cities has come back. They trail by 2.
Waiting on the drop of the puck, center ice now, and we said next goal in the game would be important. Americans are right back in this one as the puck is flipped by Seattle down the ice. 8:14 remaining. Barnes will get it out to Nibs. T-Birds forechecking. Trying to come up with the puck in the zone. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. A 4-2 game. Gervais tying up Barnes in the corner, and they freeze it there. We'll take a break with 8:05 remaining. It's 4-2. Seattle leading. And a timeout on the Thunderbirds Broadcasting Network. Shot taken from the point by Stu Malgunas, deflected high and wide. Seattle still forechecking in the zone, trying to create something. Puck is kicked free, but right to Terrence Sandwich. Flip it across off the skate of Rennie. Birds try to hold it in, they do. Kevin Malgunas sent it to the left wing corner. Off the end boards, taken by Barrett and shot away from him by Tri-Cities. Nibs back to Sandwich. Again, Seattle bottling up Tri-Cities in the zone. Barrett comes up with the puck. Kevin Barrett has it, put it right in front, couldn't connect with Kevin Malgunas. And now here comes McNutt. Sent it down the left wing. Rennie will chase after it. Checked by Stu Malgunas. Down he goes. Puck is underneath those two as McNutt gives Simon a push, and a faceoff coming up to the right of Danny Lorenz. 7:25 remaining. Regulation time. Rennie is hurt.
Rennie is very slow in getting up, but now getting up under his own strength as he and Stu Malgunas crashed into the boards. May have just had the wind knocked out of him a little bit.
Seabird fans, before or after each and every game, the place to get together with family and friends is Sneakers, right by the Kingdome, a bar and restaurant for the sporting crowd. On the replay there, Malgunas took him to the ice. He just hit the end boards hard.
I think he just got a little bit of the wind knocked out of him. He's back, and he'll be back on his next shift. Oh, those wings at Sneakers. Wow. Like to have a few right now, wouldn't you?
I've got some in my briefcase.
You're kidding. Get them out.
I am kidding.
Get them out. We're going to have to go down there, take everybody, all the Prime Sports guys.
Everybody?
We're going to take all the Prime Sports guys. Yeah.
That's a lot of
Might
people.
even take Karl Malone.
All right, you're buying. Off the faceoff, Seattle with the puck. It's Bilodeau. Gets it ahead up the right wing for Stevenson. Flip it in the zone. Who's Karl Malone? Oh,
I don't know. He's a
going
basketball
after
player.
it. Stevenson looking for the puck. Holds it in with Goodall. Now back to Glenn Goodall. Shoots, save, rebound, score! Big Al Kaniski scores! 5-2 Seattle.
Big goal for Seattle. Al Kaniski banging the rebound in to get his first goal in the playoffs, and 4,139 on their feet to cheer the fifth Thunderbird goal. Shot by Goodall, save as usual by Kozuback. He just missed getting a piece of that one. Kozuback did. Kaniski getting it by him to make it 5-2, and you gotta love that.
No doubt about it, the biggest goal in Al Kaniski's career.
Second goal of the playoffs for Kaniski. Time of this one, 12:56, and Tri-Cities is going to have to dig deep now.
Stu Barnes now chatting with referee Brad Davis. They're having a conversation at center ice. Victor Gervais listening to this one as well. Gervais has been Barnes' shadow through most of the playoffs. We've talked about him playing defense, but Barnes up on the forward line now, and now he will switch off with McNutt and switch back to the blue line. Interesting thing about Gervais and Barnes, they're pretty good friends. Back to action with the puck now. Stu Malgunas ahead to brother Kevin. He'll shoot it in the zone. First one to it, Barnes. Steer it out to the point. Not out. Held in by Seattle. Flipping it back to the left wing corner. Kevin Malgunas brought out by Tri-Cities again to the line, but again not out. Malgunas, Stewart holding it in. Sends it to the corner one more time. Evert's doing a great job now forechecking.
And really putting a blanket on Tri-City and really keeping Tri-Cities bottled up in their own zone.
And now puck tied up along the right wing boards. And we'll have a faceoff coming up to the left of Olaf Kolzig. Since Tri-City scored their second goal, again, most of the action has been in their side of the ice.
Seattle pressing hard to get that fifth one, and they did at 12:56. Al Kaniski, his second of the year from Glenn Goodall and Turner Stevenson to make it 5-2 in favor of the Thunderbirds. Time, Tri-City's biggest enemy right now with 6:34 left in regulation.
And give Stevenson and Goodall the credit there, digging in those square corners here at the old barn to dish the puck out to Kaniski.
Stevenson's a grinder, and he got it out to Goodall, let the good shot go, and on the rebound, Kaniski was there to bang it in.
Draw to the point, Bo fires a shot over Kolzig's head and off the back glass. Held in momentarily by Seattle, but a puck comes to Degner. Here he comes, center ice up the wing, pass ahead of Levens. He'll chase it down off the end boards. Bam Bam hits him into the boards hard. Goodall now with the puck, tied up by Degner. Degner gets it free, looking out front for Lindsay. It's off his skate, right to Lorenz, who kicks it away off the end boards. Penalty is coming up here, and it may be against Seattle. Thunderbirds are going to be shorthanded on a high sticking call. And a big break for Tri-Cities, down by 3 to notch maybe another goal with 6:07 remaining in regulation time. A 5-2 Seattle lead.
6 power play opportunity for the Americans, 2 for their previous 5. They can connect here. It's going to be a barn-burning finish. High-sticking minor to Vince Bowe. Bowe is in front of the net, and he gets the stick up on Lindsay and interferes with him, and down goes Bill Lindsay as he took one up in the neck area, and Bowe is off for high sticking.
No doubt about that call. Fans thinking about a trip overseas, then think TWA. They fly daily from Seattle to destinations around the world, plus 125 cities right here at home in the good old US of A. Call TWA Reservations. It's a toll-free call, 1-800-221-2000. Today's TWA, find out how good we really are. Back to action. Puck off the end boards, taken away now by Levin with the power play. They're down by 3. 6 minutes even to go in the game. To the point, Dirksen. Back around, winding it around the boards to Lindsay. Crossing out of the blue line, Jakes, his shot, gets behind Lorenz, and Lorenz trying to poke it free, and somehow they get it away! Tri-Cities could not score there, my goodness.
Good heavens, and an empty net.
As Lorenz was caught way out, now they'll try one more time. Lindsay couldn't draw it on the backhand in front. Seattle clearing it to the corner. Bilodeau on top of the puck, they'll freeze it there, and Levin's coming down from behind on top of him. And the whistle blows, and that occurred after the whistle, and Levin's maybe going off for a penalty.
I think he might get the elbow here as he gave the extra shot, and a little bit of lack of discipline there may nullify. We'll see if it's an offsetting penalty, but right now it's a boarding call. A boarding call on, I believe, Levins.
Levins will go off as he came in on top of Bilodeau well after the whistle had blown, and Levins will skate off, and again for Tri-Cities, the kind of a penalty you just can't take as he makes a motion to hit the bench. Linesman says no. You're in the penalty box. 2-minute call for boarding, and with 5:35 to go, that could be a crushing blow to Tri-Cities.
Look at the scramble in front of the net. Back there is Bilodeau, or rather Balgunas, to try and keep the puck out, and he did as Lorenz was out of position on the previous play.
And maybe a little bit of frustration on that penalty. Levins could not get the puck in the goal.
He tried hard and could not connect, and then the boarding call came shortly thereafter to nullify the power play.
Back to action. Now skating 4-on-4. Jakes over the line, gets around Malgunas, goes to the ice, gets back up, shoots it to the corner. Stu Malgunas, first one there. Get it out to Kosowski, clear to the point, not out. Barnes holds it in. Tries to whistle it around. Kosowski can't do it. Kosowski fires it ahead to Ballas. Ballas over the blue line. Lindsay right on him. Still with the puck. Can't get a shot away as he's skated off the play by Lindsay. Now Kosowski shoots and scores! Peter Kosowski off the rebound. And it's 6-2 Thunderbirds on top.
Bill Lindsay had just finished making an outstanding play to come back and back check on Lindsay Vallis' partial breakaway. And then as he turned around to make the pass, look at the effort by Lindsay, but then he turns around and then coughing up was Steve Jakes. He caught the puck up to Kozowski, who beats Kolzig. So Jakes coughs it up. It's 6-2 Seattle.
And time running out on the Americans. They trail by 4 after coming back to cut that early T-Bird lead at half. Drop of the puck, center ice. Chapman now give it off to his opponent. That's Kyle Reeves. Reeves sends it back to Scherstenka. Scherstenka up the left wing, Terrence Sanders shoots it in the zone. Puts it around the corner boards behind the goal. Right there is Stu Malgunas. Steered away to Bilodeau. Bilodeau out to Chapman. Chapman will shoot the puck in the zone. Chasing after it now, Kevin Malgunas. Icing will be the call against Seattle as it's touched by Scherstenka. And we'll take a break with 4 minutes, 42 seconds left in this one as now Chapman and Dirksen have words, and linesmen quick to separate those two. We'll take a timeout. 6-2, Seattle on top on the Thunderbirds Broadcasting Network. Here comes Seattle back to action over the blue line. Victor Gervais spins around, spinorama move with the pass, and Goodall wasn't able to control it, but he gets it off the boards. Now to Gervais looking for Bilodeau, drifts in front and scores! No, it's off the side of the goal. I thought that would have gone in. Kolzig just knocked it off the twine. T-Birds hold it in though. It's Simon looking to the corner for Victor Gervais. Down to the ice he goes with Sandwith, and the puck there Between those two, now Reeves and Goodall taking for it as well. And Reeves with a hold on Goodall. Puck is frozen for a faceoff. Coming up to the left of Olaf Kolzig on that shot. Looked like it might have skidded in behind the skate of Kolzig, but no, it had gone up off onto the side.
Tri-Cities, the sign says. There's a lot of whining going on, but not a lot of crying. It was an interesting sign there from the fans here in Seattle.
4:02 remaining in this one. A 6-2 score. Face-off coming up to the left of Kolzig. Drop of the puck, McNutt and Chapman. Off the end boards, Chapman on the wraparound, and a stop made there by Kolzig. Got to look at that one at the last second. Barnes just trying to clear it out, can't do it. Stu Malgunas holds it in. Still 15 seconds to go in the penalty. Kosowski from behind the goal. Get it out to the point. Bull lines up, fires a shot. He scores! Vince Bull, slap shot. Kolzig partially screened. 7-2. This one belongs to the T-Birds.
Power play goal. As still 9 seconds remaining in the minor to the Tri-Cities player. Shot taken from the point by Vince Bow. And it just beats Kolzig low on the stick side to make it 7-2. The Thunderbirds are going to win this one. Bow with his second goal of the playoffs. And Seattle tonight with 4 power play goals.
Face-off at center ice coming up. And now T-Birds have one too many players on the ice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Somebody got to go. And it's going to be Al Kaniski heading off. Gervais will take the face-off with Terry Degner. Degner wins the draw, steers the puck around referee Davis and shoots it in the zone. 7-2, Seattle on top. They've scored the last 4 in a row. And down goes Lindsey Vallis on a check. And the puck at center ice cleared away from Gervais to Barrett. Barrett over the line. Backhand shot goes wide. Now here comes Greg Spenreth. Gets the puck center ice. Down he goes. Stevenson takes him to the ice. Now Stu Malgunas hit hard by Bowen. Play getting a little chippy now. And whistle blows, and look out. This one getting ugly. Jakes wants to go at it with, I believe, Darcy Simon. Yep, those two going to go at it, Simon and Jakes.
They've gone at it before all season long, and one more time here at Seattle. Both just kind of wrapping each other and not able to get loose, and the linesman quickly intervened. 7-2, Seattle leads Bow with the 7th Seattle goal, his second from Kozowski and Chapman at 16-16 to make it 7-2. That coming on the heels of Kozowski's 5th of the playoffs unassisted at 14:52. Started with the play in the corner, not quite the corner, just inside the blue line. Bowen and Stu Malgunas, and then Turner Stevenson gets a stick up, and out of nowhere, Bowen again. Then Jakes takes a shot at Simon. One last one for good measure.
And now Jakes takes a pop at Lorenz.
Lorenz is talking to him, but Jakes will be escorted off the ice. Jakes is leaving now, and he will go into the locker room. His night is over.
Our cameraman about as close as he wants to get right now.
That's dangerous territory down there, I would think, at this stage. Darcy Simon will be escorted as well. I imagine 5-minute majors to both of them. Maybe an additional shot for charging on Steve Jakes, as he definitely took more than 3 strides.
Well, everybody was coming in hard into the boards there. Stevenson came out of nowhere.
Yeah, he could get one too.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. As it started to fall apart over there just inside the T-Bird blue line. Everybody was looking for anything to hit but the puck. Fan Spring is here, and Prime Sports Northwest serves you the fun of pro beach volleyball from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Well, that sounds like fun. This Sunday at 11 o'clock, right here on Prime Sports Northwest.
Well, they're going to sort this one out as a confab between referee Brad Davis and his 2 linesmen. Darcy Simon, assistant coach Pat Smith, Vince Bow leaning over, saying a few words.
Well, Simon is probably going to pick up a fighting, so he's going to be gone anyway with 3:14 to go. He's hanging around waiting to find out the exact call, but I have a feeling he may end up going anyhow.
But he will be escorted, well, he'll leave on his own into the Thunderbird dressing room.
Fans, there's a lot of folks who'd love to sell you a used car these days. It pays to shop around, not just for low price, but for that dealer that you know you can trust, like Sound Hyundai, where top quality late model cars, pre-owned, are the only ones that they sell. $299 down puts you behind the wheel at Sound Hyundai in Tukwila.
And take time out to check the Midway and Starlight Drive, and you can do that after you buy your car at Sound Hyundai. Year-round, they are the place for T-Bird fans to score big. The Tacoma Starlight and Kent Midway Drive-In swap meets, proud sponsors of the Thunderbirds broadcast.
Tomorrow night in the Tri-Cities. And start time for that hockey game tomorrow night, I believe 7:30. We'll have to check on that. 7 o'clock weeknight there in the playoffs. 7:30 tomorrow night from the Coliseum in Kennewick. And Seattle will have a chance tomorrow if this score holds up. And Tri-Cities would need a miracle right now to come back and tie the game with 3:14 to go and penalties about to come. But Seattle on top 7-2 with a chance tomorrow to possibly ice the series up 4-1.
They could clinch their first playoff series since 19, I believe, what is it, 82, David? That Seattle last won a playoff series. That was against Victoria in the first round, the Victoria Cougars, and then they lost 4-2 in a series against the Portland Winterhawks in the second round. So
and let's not even talk about the last matchups with Kamloops.
No, 5-zip, 5-zip.
Yep.
That's how those went, but if Seattle should face Kamloops again, I don't believe it's going to be a 5-zipper.
5-zipper.
Or a 6-zipper.
Well, still waiting on the penalty call. Down below us, it's Greg Spenreth and Glenn Goodall talking this one out with referee Brad Davis as we look at the playoff matchup now. And here's the way it'll work. If Tri-Cities should win the game tomorrow night and force the matchup game number 7 on Sunday, those tickets would go on sale Sunday morning here in Seattle. That's if the Thunderbirds lose tomorrow night. Now, you see on your screen, if the T-Birds lose tonight, that's still a possibility, although a remote one at that. If it should happen, if Tri-City should come back in this game, late in the game, tickets will go on sale for Game 7 tomorrow morning. But if the Thunderbirds win, the only way Sunday tickets would go on sale is if they lose tomorrow night in Tri-Cities. Otherwise, a win by Seattle, and you start looking forward to tickets for series number 2, and that one's still up in the air as far as when games would be. We're thinking right now it would be Friday, Saturday in Kamloops. It could end up being Sunday, Monday back here. I believe there's a conflict, Carlos, I heard on Tuesday here at the arena and at the Coliseum. All games, and this is tentative, this is speculation, but I believe all games will be played in the arena in the Kamloops series, all 4 home games.
Good heavens, if all 4 home games would be, wait a minute, you're saying to start with? I don't follow.
I'm saying that there are no availabilities in the series, I believe, for the Coliseum, that last I heard all 4 home games would have to be played no matter what dates they are in the arena.
I see what you're saying, and a potential start of Friday, Saturday against Kamloops up in Kamloops, and another start shortly thereafter. Interesting sign once again. A lot of work went into that one.
Steve Jakes, double minor penalty up on the board right now. 4 minutes.
Double minor as he gets a charging. Lorenz gets a 10-minute misconduct. 2 minutes for elbowing, 2 minutes for charging to Jakes. 4 minutes, so the rest of the time left on the clock, 3:14 left in the hockey game, will be power play time for Seattle. And a timeout has been called, I believe, by the Tri-City Americans here.
This one has been a bit of a delay. Finally, penalties are sorted out. Seattle will be on the power play for the next 4 minutes. Double minor after everything offsetting. The extra bit, you were right, Carlos, to Steve Jakes skating across the ice to Darcy Simon, gets the extra double minor.
That was the most visible play. Turner Stevenson moments before that had gone into the fray as well, but it did not result in a penalty for him. So a double minor for Jakes. He's gone, and Seattle with more power play time.
Face off just outside the T-Bird blue line. Thunderbirds control. It's Bo ahead up the left wing. Victor Gervais over the blue line, spinning away. Now puts the pass down the boards, intercepted and looking for Goodall. Sherstenka takes it away. Knocked away from him by Gervais. Get it to Goodall. Looking in front, can't get the pass there. Has to go to the point. Sprague with a shot. Save is made off the deflection. Kevin Malgunas back to Tom Sprague. At the blue line, skates around Cal Nibs. Now Sprague fans on the shot. It's taken away by Scherstenka. He'll flip it to center ice. 2:45 remaining. 5-goal T-Bird lead. In the zone, Bo coughs it up to Rennie. He shoots high and wide. Off the rebound, Rennie trying to get it to Nibs, couldn't do it. Gervais now loses the puck, comes back to it, right behind the goal and shoots it to center ice. Sandwith there, steers it away from Kevin Malgunas. Get it ahead to Nibs. Now to Rennie, off his skate, gets the puck back along the blue line. Malgunas, Kevin pokes it away. And back to center ice. They'll have to set up and get onside one more time. Now they'll just shoot it down the ice. 2:15 remaining. Time running out now in Tri-Cities. They'll have to try again, but they'll have a long way to come back in the series. Rennie, center ice, get it back to Barnes. He'll wind up, shoot it all the way down the ice. On goal, Lorenz will stop it. What a game Danny Lorenz has had tonight.
Played very, very solidly, particularly in the first and second period.
Now the puck is shot off his skate and up into the crowd. We'll have a face-off upcoming with 1:55 remaining, and the T-Birds are going to win this game tonight. They lead it 7-2.
A chance to clinch tomorrow night in Kennewick. However, I'm sure that the Tri-City Americans will have something to say. They are very tough in their own building, and they'll be ready tomorrow night. It should be an exciting match. 7:30 face-off, 7:20 on the Thunderbird Radio Network.
Right.
Pretty good catch coming up here. Look at this one, goes into the crowd and juggles it, but makes the catch. It's baseball season almost, isn't it?
Yeah, almost. Actually, they're in spring training right now.
It should be baseball season pretty soon.
It will be. Off the face-off, puck is shot in the zone, and now Tri-Cities returns it back down the ice, right in on Lorenz. T-Birds have the power play right now with 1:40 remaining, and they're going to win this hockey game. They lead it 7-2. Shoot it in. Sandwith gets it up to Scherstenka. Now up to Lindsay on the right wing. Drop it to McNutt, taken away from him by Kosowski. Headmanning Craig Chapman. Chapman over the blue line, looking for someone to pass to. Instead, going to shoot it himself. Save off the rebound. Colsey covers it right just 6 inches away from the goal line.
Good effort by Craig Chapman as he cut down the right side, let the good shot go. Kolzig made the save, juggled it, but covered up on the rebound. Chapman being harassed a little bit, but he was able to let the shot go, and Kolzig right there. He is so big and so agile, and he will be a fine professional hockey player, either with Washington or their affiliate, the Baltimore Skipjacks, next year in the American Hockey League.
Place where Victor Gervais plans on spending a little bit of time. That's right. Won't that be interesting? Puck is shot down the ice by Tri-Cities.
They'll talk about those breakaways, I gotta believe.
Yeah, I can't imagine that talk will go on very long. I don't think Victor will want to talk about it, but he's beaten Ole before, that's for sure. T-Birds with the puck in the power play, shoot it in the zone, off the end boards. Dirksen has it. Cleared out to the blue line, not out of the zone. Barrett off his stick, holds it in. Cross now to Bo, fires a shot, save. Off the rebound, puck bouncing, cleared away. Kolzig went down, but his defense came up with a big play there. 45 seconds remaining. Bo now going to shoot it right on. Glove save by Kolzig. Steer it back to Farrell. Farrell shoots it to the blue line, around the boards, not out. Barrett's shot goes well wide of the mark. Cal Nibs with the puck. Sent it to the corner boards. Dirksen can't get it there. Scott Albert does. Scott Albert behind the goal. Wants to bring it out front. Does. McCausland with a wrist shot. Score! Darren McCausland. Kolzig got a piece of that one, but it dribbled past him, and it's 8-2 T-Birds.
Good work by the Thunderbirds as they continue to keep the pressure on, and Darren McCausland gets the power play goal at 19:34 to put the icing on the cake and make it 8-2. Good work from behind the net. Scott Albert, as he feeds McCausland through a maze of players, he lets the shot go, didn't get all the wood he wanted on it, and it dribbles past the goaltender to make it 8-2 for Seattle.
Waiting on the drop of the puck. Drop of the puck is coming up now. Center ice, 26 seconds to go. Seattle up 8-2. Off the face-off, back to Tom Sprague. Time running down in this one. Sprague ahead up the wing now. Big Al Kaniski fires a long one. That goes wide of the mark. 15 seconds to go. Now it's Lindsay. Lindsay stick handling for Tri-Cities. They trail by 6. Made a game effort coming back in this one, but it was not enough. Puck drifting in on Lorenz. And pushing and shoving, it's kicked out front with 1 second to go. They hit the post. Grant Loring hit the post with a shot at the horn. And it's over. And Seattle has won this game, and they are one victory away from taking the playoff series. Seattle one victory away now, a final score of 8-2. We are 90 seconds away from totals and highlights on this one. Back in a flash on the Thunderbirds Broadcasting Network. The Seattle Thunderbirds have taken a commanding 4-1 lead in their best-of-9 playoff series with the Tri-City Americans tonight in Seattle, beating them by a final score of 8-2. Interesting, Carlos Sosa, that in all of Seattle's victories, they have held Tri-Cities to just 2 goals, all 4 games.
They have really done the job defensively, Seattle has, throughout this series. Tri-Cities, the one game that they did win was a great effort on their part, the 4-0 shutout Wednesday night in Tri-Cities, but what victimized them tonight was 4 quick goals in the first 5 minutes and 50 seconds by the Seattle Thunderbirds. Before Tri-Cities knew it, it was 4-0 for Seattle, and after that it was an uphill battle. Tri-Cities battled hard and tried to stay in this one, but Seattle blew it away in the third, outscoring the Americans 4-1 after Tri-Cities had narrowed the gap to 2 goals on that second goal in the hockey game. Seattle's 7th goal was an interesting one as Vince Bowe connected for the Thunderbirds off a great pass by Peter Kozowski. And Bowe from the point area, he lets the shot go from the top of the circle, beating Kolzig low on the glove side. At that point, it was 7-2 and pretty much all over but the crying for the Tri-City Americans. Tomorrow night, though, Seattle with a chance to clinch it, David, as 4-1 lead in the series, and it's just exciting and a good chance now for Seattle to move on.
Give credit tonight, though, to Olaf Kolzig. He kept him in the hockey game, but not for Kolzig, as Don Blishin had a very shaky start this evening, letting in 4 goals in the first, as you mentioned, 6 minutes of the hockey game. Kolzig was superlative, and in an early stretch in the third period, he was stopping everything Seattle put his way, and they really did have a chance when they cut the lead to 4-2, but then the bubble burst.
It did, but you're right about Kolzig. He was brilliant here tonight for the Tri-City Americans, showing what he can do as a goaltender and what he's done for the last couple seasons in the Western Hockey League.
All right, well, television viewers, that's going to do it here tonight. Our next TV game would be playoff game number 9, if necessary, Thursday, April the 5th, and that would be live at 7:30 p.m. That's if necessary, and of course, we plan on having some televised action for you as well from round 2 of the playoffs if the Thunderbirds finish off and win this series against the Tri-City Americans. Also, immediately following tonight's hockey game, stay tuned for a preview special, the finals in Denver. A highlight special of all the teams who have made the Final Four up next on Prime Sports Northwest. Again, our final score here tonight, 8-2, Seattle beating Tri-Cities. Radio listeners, stick around. Television viewers, thanks for joining us. For Carlos Sosa, Dave Ackerley saying so long, everyone.